sporting news, number 4 seed Texas A&M advanced to the weekend with an 80-71 win over number 13 seed Yale. They're going to play Michigan on Saturday. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Rob doing the old white guy dance.
Yeah.
I was
The Carlton.
no,
That's the Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh, I thought you were doing the
I was doing
the gopher on Caddyshack. That's how I dance.
well, actually, I was trying to be like the tank commander. I thought I was like,
Oh, Frank the Tank.
Frank
the tank.
more like that than neither one of them.
I just
really
go.
worked.
I do the Caddyshack gopher here,
Yeah.
and then here.
And then you got to bite the lip.
Oh, that's my that's white guy dancing 101, baby.
I
White
was-
guy dancing 101.
I got it down. Did you ever see the movie Hitch, where he's like, you just stay in here, you stay right inside your shoe?
Never seen the movie.
You never seen Hitch?
No.
No, is that Hitch? Yeah, Hitch. It's not bad.
It's got Will Smith.
It has, well, yeah, but it was back when Will Smith was mildly amusing.
Yeah.
back then.
Oh,
but
before
the
the
reason to
slap?
watch it, there's only one reason, and it's Eva Mendes.
Oh, she's a good reason.
Say
Nice.
no more. But we
Good
digress.
reason.
We digress.
Good reason.
How you feeling this morning, co-host? You
I'm dragging ass, to
and
be quite honest.
is it because our brackets are destroyed, or is it because you're rebounding from
I think it's a little bit of both.
vacay?
It's a little bit of sad bracket day. Although, I mean, listen,
used to it,
everybody's
yeah.
bracket sucks generally by now.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't suck yet, it'll suck later today.
Give it time.
But it's also like by the time I got home yesterday, the games were about to start, so I didn't nap,
Yeah, I didn't nap either.
and I stayed up until Texas Tech failed to cover against the Seahawks.
Oh, that's right. They didn't cover, but I didn't have anything on that one.
And so I went from first tip to last buzzer, and coming off that trip, I'm just sleep
No, I get
deprived,
it. I
quite
get it.
frankly.
And everybody's looking at you like, man, what are you talking about? Your battery's recharged. You should be about 80%. But coming off of
Yeah.
vacay, it's tough starting midweek.
Yeah.
It is, man. That's
You need a vacation from vacation.
you really need to add that extra one.
Because you think my wife is like, oh, why don't you just sleep in?
Yeah.
And, we'll go do all the things we've got planned. You just
this
rest.
list I have for us, we can start it at noon.
You just rest, honey. No. That's not how it works.
Well, on top of that, you were getting up at 2 a.m. there.
That's true.
So, yeah, welcome home.
Yeah.
The couch is going to feel good this weekend, though.
Yeah. Should be good. And I'll recover. You know what? I don't have any action on the first couple games today. I might sleep till about 1:00. See if I can pull that off. But I had money on Creighton yesterday, so right out of the gate, I was in.
Nice.
You started with a bang.
I
Boy,
did,
they look
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Big
yeah.
East looks solid. Big East.
Let me tell you, and we'll discuss all these games today, all the games that happened yesterday, and we'll preview the games today. Of course, it is March Madness, as you know, March Madness. Creighton, Ryan Kalkbrenner's now in like year 20, it feels like, of college basketball, and Ryan Kalkbrenner he's going to play in the NBA, I believe.
Well, Zach Edey proved that there's a place for a giant dude with a little bit of touch that will not let anything pass the rim.
He is an elite rim protector.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you say, hey, man, you got one job, and he's the opposite kind of shot blocker from like Wemby.
No, he's a space shot blocker.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean,
He's a wall.
yeah, anything any layups, anything around, he's beating them away. I mean, he's very good at what he does.
Has there ever been a 3-time defense? I mean, he's in there with like Pat Ewing and Alonzo Mourning.
He has to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
status
just
for the
doesn't
Big
happen.
East, Yeah.
But he, on the offensive end, you can't let him crush you. And I get that. Louisville said, we're not going to let Kalkbrenner beat us. But the thing about Creighton is they are a really good outside shooting team, particularly if you leave them wide open.
And I don't understand at halftime. I know that Louisville's a good story, and that coach obviously has something going for him. But, dude,
You
we
gotta
didn't
adjust.
change a thing in the second half.
They said, okay, anytime Kalkbrenner gets the ball,
Mug him, attack him.
Everybody swarm to him, and just ignoring the fact that he's a really good passer. And he is going to find that open man every time. And it's not like Ryan, he's not one of these dudes who I've got to get my points, so he's going to force his way up. No.
Yeah.
If he feels a second set of hands on him, he's going to find the open person, and that guy's going to drill a shot. And yesterday it was often Stephen Ashworth.
And who's the other kid that really was the penetrating?
You're talking about Jemiah Neal.
Neal, boy. He's the athlete, the type that Creighton doesn't normally get. You know, Creighton's a force, man.
And,
they're pretty good as long as he's doing that.
They got that big goofy white kid from Minnesota, Mr. Minnesota basketball, Jackson McAndrew, who's a freshman. He's 6'10". He can shoot though. And we didn't even see Mason Miller yesterday, who is it's Mike Miller's kid. Last year was a 45% three-point shooter. He didn't even get in the game yesterday. Creighton's pretty good. Yeah,
they're a force. I think, at least in the small sample size we have, the Big East is represented quite well. So you take everything now that they went through and you add an extra point to it, and Creighton looks like they've gone from a potential one-win team to this could be a Sweet 16 kind of team if you look at the road they're headed toward. And if Kalkbrenner keeps playing that way. Now, there was reasons why they lost, and a lot of it had to do with not making the shots. But we know their coach is good. We know they got a little bit of depth. You talked about that their best shooter didn't even have to get in the game last night. That's the early takeaway is they're not an upset. This was a legit 8, probably could have been a 6 seed, and moving up. I don't want to play them.
And they get Auburn next.
Ooh.
And Auburn –
they played with their food, man.
They did, but man,
yeah, they played with their food.
It was 32-31 with a minute and a half left in the first half. It's what is going on here? And then they were like, "All right,
let's go.
Let's do this," and they did the damn thing. But yeah, I don't know if Creighton can beat Auburn, but they certainly can't beat Auburn.
It's going to be a hell of a game. And I marvel at the way the committee saw down the road and hoped, and they do this every year. This is nothing new. The Calipari-Patino matchup in the second round. What a perfect kind of matchup there was. So, and that involved Bill Self as well. So just brilliance across the board. No matter the outcome of those games, you knew the weekend is going to be spectacular.
Yeah. So we'll recap all those games that happened. And what was the scene like over at Twin Peaks yesterday
I think it was pretty subdued because Texas was gone. Most of the people there, most of the guys, all they really wanted to talk about was who's next for Texas.
Yeah.
I mean that was legitimate. There were a few Aggies floating around, but not many. There were most of the representative schools there were, single T-shirts from some random school up northeast.
Yeah, I didn't think about that until now, but our great state of Texas not really well represented in this tournament.
Not fared well, no. Houston is going to have to carry the mantle on this.
I guess Houston, Texas Tech,
we
and
got Baylor today.
Oh, and Baylor. Okay. Yeah, we got some teams.
Yeah,
Never mind.
There's still a few playing. I think we might have one more. And Tech, even though they also played with their food.
They're going to be fine.
Yeah, Tech I thought looked almost overly rested. It took them a while to kind of get the time off out of their thighs. You know what I mean? So once they kind of got grooving, they looked a whole lot better. And I guess it was at halftime or post game of the Tech game. Was it Charles that was like, "How many toppings are they? And why could every one of them jump?"
Yeah,
it's true.
Good point. Who impressed you the most yesterday? Who'd you walk away going, man?
Well, Creighton, right out of the bat, I was really – and again, we have to judge that against – it turns out that the ACC sucks. So I don't know what to make of what Louisville was. But I certainly know what I see when I see execution. And Creighton went in and did exactly as planned, and they did it well. So if you're looking for things that might portend to the future, that they looked really good. Obviously, your number ones look good. You could tell Auburn was messing around and not and wasn't fully invested into it until they really had to in the second half. The upsets yesterday. The most impressive team was Drake. I mean, that is just a damn good basketball team. Not great guys, but the turban point guard, that the white kid, the point guard.
Yeah. So Drake has
so smart.
A guy in Bennett Sturts who's like it can take over a game.
Just
type
a
good.
brilliant, just an IQ above and beyond most college kids. Just a heck of a basketball team. They're going to run into somebody that's going to jump right over them and run past them just because they just don't have that.
Well, they play Texas Tech next.
Yeah, well,
that's going to be interesting.
They're going to get bullied. But, Tech better look out. That's the kind of team that'll beat a Tech. They can't, if Drake runs into any kind of team that's got any kind of athleticism and an equally smart or nearly as smart point guard, they're going to get in trouble because they are going to get bodied. They are.
I was impressed with Houston yesterday.
I didn't pay attention to the game because they were so far ahead. I never really tuned over.
If you watch the first half of this game, it's like the halftime score was 24-52. I mean, it's a blowout. And Kelvin Sampson looks disgusted. Like, you guys gave up 24 points to
these
this
guys.
And in the second half, they scored 16 points, 1-6. And, I mean, it was about as suffocating of a performance. And, like, my favorite thing about this Houston team, and really, I shouldn't even say this Houston team, Kelvin Sampson Houston teams, is they treat every minute of every game with the same intensity. Mm-hmm. Now, Kelvin's no dummy. Like, at some point, he let Master P's kid in the game for a good stretch yesterday and let him go chuck up a bunch of bad shots. But he will always yank your ass off the court no matter who you are if you're not giving your best effort on defense. Mm-hmm. Man, there's something to that. There is something to playing. Like, they're still trying to block shots in the 40th minute, like when the game is like winding down, and this team, this poor SIU Edwardsville is like trying to get some walk-ons trying to get his name in the ledger, and they're like, hell no.
The thing
I like that,
and especially against teams like this. Now, the knock on Sampson and that style, the Patino style, we can name the coaches that like to run the high-pressure 90-foot basketball game, is when you run into coaches and teams that can play judo with you, that can use your activity against you, that will backdoor cut you and do the smart things against over-aggression. That's why these kind of teams don't win as often as they feel like they should, because they feel so devastating until they run up against that one team that overemphasizes you jumping into passing lanes and taking a layup over a three and just wearing you out to the point you're frustrated, and then you start backing off and not being who you are. And I don't see this in their bracket. This is one of those years where you look at where Houston is. There's not that kind of team to beat them. There's not the scary Princeton or the Harvard, the mid-major that has 4 seniors that will play a style where they're good to better, better to best, and then one more pass that they're going to face. This is the year where this kind of suffocating style looks like it's going to take the cake, because there's just not a lot of skill left in the college game. There's not a lot of those fully functioning 4-man, 3-year starter teams like we saw in Drake. There's just not that many of them.
We'll see what Gonzaga brings to Houston. It's going to be an interesting clash of styles. I got to eat some crow on them on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. On Loop 1604 eastbound between Nacogdoches and 35, there's at least a 5-minute slowdown. Highway 90 eastbound between Highway 211 and Loop 410, traffic is flowing at or above posted speeds. 35 southbound between FM 3009 and Wheatner, there is nothing slowing you down. I'm Rebecca Parker, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
San Antonio, the NCAA 2025 Men's Final Four is coming April 4th through the 7th. Check out Reese's Men's Final Four Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you can watch open practices and the Reese's NABC All-Star Game at the Alamo Dome for free. And for the music lovers, March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, with 3 days of free concerts, featuring the biggest acts in music at Tower Park and Hemisphere. Visit ncaa.com/men's final four.
Nigel, what are you doing with all this stuff in the break room? It looks like a farmer's market in here.
I'm changing my eating habits, embracing good quality nutrition with fresh produce.
Call Quarter Moon for your $58.99 AC inspection. For a limited time, just $58.99.
Nigel, that's a pretty impressive healthy salad you've assembled.
Thanks, Joel. Now step back. The grease is hot.
Grease?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy, just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Once again, that's Indeed.com/credit.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Ricky, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon, right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
The Basketball Madness headquarters is always at Twin Peaks, and the Blitz will be live today from the Westover Hills location to cover all the action.
Catch all the madness and the best seats in the house with the lovely ladies of Twin Peaks. Happy hour food and drink specials, along with the frosty 29-degree drafts.
And it's Bourbon and Brews Friday, which means lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways.
So how is your bracket holding up? Get to Twin Peaks Westover Hills. We're getting started at 2.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
March is National Nutrition Month, and the City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District invites you to celebrate the role food plays in our health and well-being. Food connects us to our cultures, our families, and our friends. Health, culture, and access all shape how we relate to food. The foods we choose play a big part in our overall health and physical fitness. This March, join Metro Health in celebrating how food connects us and how it nourishes both body and mind. Healthy people, healthy community. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
At Round Table Pizza, our signature ingredients like made-from-scratch dough, our 3-cheese blend, and toppings all the way to the edge create your perfect pizza. Try our new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza, available for a limited time. You can enjoy a large for only $19.99 at participating locations. Plus, pair your pizza with our irresistible shareables. To find your nearest location or to order for pickup or delivery, head to roundtablepizza.com. That's roundtablepizza.com.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone, any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at the Twin Peaks location on 151 and 410. More college basketball action.
All the latest on the madness and the latest on the madness with Micah Parsons and his contract. John Machota from The Athletic will join us at 5:15.
The Blitz live at Twin Peaks, 410 and 151. We start at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Good morning, AJ and Rob, on a Friday. Yeah.
Are we saving it?
Oh, yeah, we're saving it. We're saving it.
It's the anticipation.
What do you got over there? Some coffee cake or something?
Yeah, I grabbed a sweet. If you guys want some free tacos, we have a way you can get some free food.
How?
If you'll grab some canned goods. It's a San Antonio food bank drive going on with our, I hate saying it, the brother station. This sounds weird. KTSA across the hall. They're inviting folks in. Bring some canned goods to our headquarters over on Eisenhower Road. They got tacos, and there's a band getting ready to play. The San Antonio Gunslinger football team's out here. Little shindig going on, but the price of admission is a couple of cans of food.
And if you bring in 5 cans of food and you ask for a picture with Rob Thompson, he'll come to the lounge during a commercial break and take a picture with you.
I've got some 8x10 glossies.
5 cans. That's the low price.
Just easily done.
Also, if you happen to, I saw our parking lot was more full than usual today when I got here, and my boy Kitty Big Balls was running around. He was getting pets from all the people. He was like, "Hey man, hey, what's going on?
You got food?
You're not my guy, but what do you got in that? Are those tacos? Like those look pretty good."
I've noticed about 1 in 3 people give me food. I just got to be right next to the car. Big Nuts will jump in your car.
Oh, he will.
That is that is a brave cat. I'll give him to it. He's more like a dog every day.
Yeah, and I got yesterday. He was out in the light.
That's right.
He was still out when we finished up.
He is,
and I got a good look at him, and whew,
he's had a rough one.
He needs some work.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a
bath. Do you think he's full grown? I don't think he's full grown.
I don't know.
If not, he's not a very big cat.
I don't think he's very big, but he has had some ass whoopings put on him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got like puncture marks and like he's missing tufts of fur. Quite frankly, he's an ugly cat.
He is.
But I've grown fond of him, and like I said, if he's still alive, if he survives the next couple months,
you'll take him.
And once I get a house here in San Antonio, which should be this summer, I'll bring him in and give him a home. And I don't know if he wants to be an inside cat or an outside cat. I don't really care.
I think that cat is better suited for outdoors than twice a day feeding.
But that's what I'll do for him. And but he's gonna need a trip to the vet.
Yeah,
he's got one foot that almost has no fur on it.
Oh, poor thing, man! You're making me feel sorry for the thing.
And his tail too.
Yeah. Oh, his
tail's in bad shape.
Yeah. He's
The answers to the name Big Nuts are lucky.
Yeah. But hey, man, he's eating better in the last couple of weeks than he has in his whole life. So he's probably like, you know what, man, life ain't so bad.
This is a good gig. I'll stay right here.
Life ain't so bad. What there also is in there is good coffees.
Yes.
So it's funny how when people show up, they all of a sudden have coffee catered in here, and I'm like,
it's for the guests.
I'm in there not talking to anybody, just pouring coffee before they say, hey, your coffee's in the break room. I'm gonna be like,
hey, Bub.
Hey,
Bub.
hey, none of that coffee.
Hey, get back there, Keurig.
I'm enjoying it while I can, though. All right, so yeah, make sure if you get a chance, come by and drop off some canned goods. We're gonna do the puppy food bank drive coming up eventually.
I think we're 2 weeks out.
Okay,
not too far away from it.
I think it's
it's April the 12th.
Okay,
or
it's
the 11th
after the Final Four, right?
Yeah, it's April the 11th, the Friday after.
Okay. So, and of course, Rob and I are spearheading that because we're really good people.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like the rest of the people around here.
Yeah, pretty much anything done for charity.
That's y'all.
It's driven by us, not Greg Martin. And popular belief is, Greg Martin's like Mr. Nice Guy. He's the guy who's setting up. No.
Behind the scenes.
Or it's got to be Trey Ware because Trey cares about everyone. You know what?
Well, Trey actually does. I'm pretty sure Trey is in fact Captain America.
I'm sure he cares about some things, but not like we care.
No,
I mean, we care more. So
I swear to God, Trey Ware would have gone out and put on pads and played with that gunslinger football team.
I swear, man.
He was so fired up watching him play football.
Trey is he's what I wish I could be as a radio host when he's around people. Like, I'm not a shy person. I'm not, I talk on the radio for a living. But you get me around people, and I'm not like I'm not.
Most of us are not gregarious around people.
I'm not great.
You're just very subtle in the corner.
I'm not great at meeting strangers. I'm not great at talking to people. This Trey Ware, I'm telling you. Yeah. It's like, hey, Trey Ware, nice to meet you. He sticks his hand, to everybody. And it's like.
The dynamic with Trey is a unique one because his father is a radio legend.
Yeah.
So he's been in this business
Well, my
since he
mom
could
was in
speak.
the Trey or in the Ricky Ware fan club.
So the Ware family and the legendary name goes with that fandom and there's an age group where the Ware name matters, and Trey has carried the mantle for the last 30 years.
And also the thing that pisses me off the most about Trey, he's a really nice guy. He looks younger than me.
And he's a lot older than you.
Dude, he's got to be like 15 years older than me.
Easily.
And I swear he looks younger than me.
He's older than me. Looks younger than me, but that's not that hard.
That pisses me off. It's disgusting.
He's got good hair.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Good musculature.
Smells of cinnamon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he carries a 38 and rides a Harley.
Yeah.
You know?
He sounds a lot like me 10 years ago. Jeez, man. Things have gone downhill for your boy here.
Aspired to be.
Damn.
Yeah, you resulted into caring for a half-beaten cat outside.
Now I ride around in an SUV and give food to stray cats. That's what my life's become. I gave up my Harley.
Now I'm a cat woman.
Oh my God!
I've become Aunt B.
Oh,
I didn't think I was going to be Aunt B.
What's happened to me? What have I become? All right. Either way though, come by the what's the address here?
4050 Eisenhower Road.
4050 Eisenhower. Bring some canned food by and get yourself some grub. Meet Trey Ware. Maybe even meet Rob Thompson. Who knows? Meet the Gunslingers.
There you go. That's worthy.
Season's about to start.
And you'll even see KBB out there.
Yeah, you might see Kitty Big Balls, and if you do,
bring a can of food for him.
Yeah, give him some head scratches, but not on the right side of his head because his ear might fall off.
I know
it's hanging on by a thread. All right, we'll be back. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. On Loop 1604 eastbound between Nacogdoches and 35, there's at least a 5-minute slowdown. Highway 90 eastbound between Highway 211 and Loop 410, traffic is flowing at or above posted speeds. 35 southbound between FM 3009 and Weidner, there is nothing slowing you down. I'm Rebecca Parker, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagel. You know, now is a great time of year to get your roof inspected and ready for our crazy spring weather. Be it hot, cold, rain, or hail, who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us this year. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. You know, your roof protects your home and your family. A quality roof overhead means comfort, confidence, and certainly peace of mind. Now is the time to get your roof ready for spring. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
Imagine owning waterfront property on the Texas coast. Check out the grand opening of Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point, located on the highly sought-after Matagorda Bay. Secure your spot to see 1 to 3 acre properties, all with bay access from $49.9. That's right, just $49.9. This gated waterfront community features panoramic views, world-class fishing, a pool and cabana, boat launch and slips, fishing pier, dog park, storage, and more. It all happens Saturday, March 29th, one day only. Coastal waterfront properties starting at just $49.9. Call now to secure your private tour Saturday, March 29th. 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Appointments are limited, so call now and be sure to ask for event day specials and our helicopter tours. Call now, 210-853-0389. Get your piece of this coastal paradise. 210-853-0389.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414. 800-895-1414.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Something amazing is happening in data management. Even though storage needs are constantly changing, companies are only paying for what they need now. That's because CDW customized a Pure Storage Evergreen One SLA-driven storage-as-a-service solution that delivers enterprise-grade hybrid cloud storage that is effortless, efficient, and evergreen. Simplify storage administration with Pure Storage and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/purestorage.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hour.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
This is Joe Reinagel. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When there's lightning,
it brings me down.
Oh, it does.
It's Friday, man.
It is Friday, baby. Let me start off with giving away some tickets. Jeff Tate, March 29th at Aztec Theater. You want to go see Jeff Tate?
Yeah.
What's the name of that tour?
Mind F? No, that's
it's the Mind Crime.
Mind Crime.
Is that right? I think
it's a rock opera, AJ.
Yeah, Jeff Tate's Operation Mind Crime.
There you go.
The final chapter tour, March 29th, live at the Aztec Theater. Get your tickets if you don't win them live, or get your tickets if you don't win them now at livenation.com. Let's go with caller number 3. You win tickets to go see Jeff Tate. Pardon my hiccups there. I just guzzled a bean and cheese taco and my delicious coffee that's not, filtered through.
Oh, I cleaned those out this morning, by the way. I sat there and washed them all, both Keurigs.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
what did you use to wash them out?
Hot water and dish soap. The trays.
I think we're beyond this.
Honestly, I think what we need to do is we need to get some vinegar.
Yeah, I think we're to the vinegar.
Run vinegar through the system.
Which I was going to tell Shelton today to buy, so we can do that.
It's a lovely smell too.
I hate the smell of vinegar, but I know, when I did jujitsu all the time, I would wash my my gis, like the jujitsu costume that you have to wear. I would wash it in vinegar to keep it from smelling like BO, because
I've heard about.
I hate getting other people's sweat on my clothes. It's ugh, gross.
There's a movie, but I've lived it. Along Came Polly, where they're playing basketball and his face hits somebody's armpit. I watched that happen one time, and a dude jumped up and they met in the air, and his face went right into this guy's armpit.
Oh.
And the dude threw up before he hit the ground.
Oh.
It was one of those instantaneous, I don't know what was going on under that guy's pit, but that's about as gross as you can get. That's just shoot me at that point.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, they try to teach you to be more well-rounded, so you can work from the bottom or you can work from top. I only like to be on top because...
Is that the throws where you're throwing people?
That's like the grapple. It's like chokes and arm bars stuff like judo is what you're thinking of. Yeah. There's similarities. But when you're on bottom, the dude on top of you is sweating all the time. And like the worst thing that can happen is like I hated grappling with dudes who had long hair or long beards because like sweat would drip down, and if somebody's sweat gets into your mouth or your eye, it's about the grossest thing that can happen to you as a person.
Do you taste salt when that happens?
Yeah, of course you do. And it's like instant, like it just sends me into a rage.
You're more mad.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on bottom anymore. I don't want to be your partner anymore. I don't like. And this is like just you're training with guys in your gym, and it's like, dude, you're.
One time I got tackled so hard I blew snot into somebody's face.
Oh God!
Nice. I think it was the next to last football play of my long and illustrious career. But I seriously got hit so hard.
They let you play.
The dude hit me so hard I blew snot into his face.
They let you play one more, and then they're like, "You're
one
out."
more play was like,
You're out.
Thompson, you think you'd be better suited with the water bottles in your hand.
Congratulations to Andrew Flores, who is the big winner. All right, we'll start getting into some of these games on the other side of this. Start getting to the games that happened yesterday and start previewing the games for today. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint.
Let's trade lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone. Any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Now, the Sarlacc is a terrifying creature that was created by attaching a ferocious, sharp, giant fangs to an armadillo named Apita from the Guadalajara Zoo. He's famous down there. He can beat you at tic-a-tac-a-toe 3 games out of 4.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio, are you ready? The 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four is coming to the Alamo City. The NCAA Men's Final Four Fan Fest, presented by Capital One, brings fun for all ages. Fan Fest is a sports wonderland of interactive games with celebrity and athlete appearances, giveaways, and much more. Come ready to play April 4th through the 7th at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. The event is free for kids 12 and under, Capital One card holders, military personnel, and 2025 Final Four ticket holders. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414. 800-895-1414.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on SingleCare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to SingleCare.com or download the free app today.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, I hear the voice of an angel. It's like an angel sighing.
See, that's great production help. You knew playing that would
give
AJ a little bit
up.
of juice. Yeah. That's professional quality, restaurant quality, as we say around the Thompson house.
I think I'm falling.
It's like a coach calling a play to get his guy back in the groove.
I close my eyes.
See, look at it.
Now make the 3.
Heaven help me.
Now, he might not make the shot, but he's going to take
it's like a little prayer.
Look at him.
Down on my knees. I want to take you there in the midnight hour. I can feel your power just like a prayer. You know I'll take you there. Oh, God, what a song.
That and the Starbucks do
you
wonders.
Whisper softly to me. You're in control, just like a child. Now I'm dancing.
All right.
There we go. The white guy dance.
There we go.
And
reason
no
to go
beginning.
to your YouTube feed.
You're here with me. It's like a dream.
Yeah, if you're driving.
Let the choir sing when you call my name. Oh, the choir comes in. What?
Don't waste it all.
I take you there. Oh,
I think you're going to spend all your money in one place. I want you to level out a little bit. I don't think we have more songs.
Oh, we got plenty more songs.
We got the Friday song. We got another hour before we get that
there's
one.
Still, he could still throw Wilson Phillips at me. He's got plenty.
You know what, AJ?
That is coming next.
I hate to, that sucks. So now I'm driving down the road with my wife, and Wilson Phillips comes on, and I turn to my wife out of the blue, and I go, you know, AJ loves this song, and my wife's like, what? I'm like, damn it! I cannot believe I'm now fixated on this.
Why would you tell me that?
She's like,
why would you even tell me that?
She's kind of nodding. She goes, what? I'm like, I got a backstory to this, but forgive me. I'm somehow fixated on this song now that was a fair to big hit. But did you know it's one of the top 30 hits of the 90s?
It was the biggest hit of 1990.
Yeah, I know all that now, and I shouldn't. I don't like knowing it, and I don't like knowing that you love it.
Well,
my wife Kel was like, a what?
Well,
Okay.
listen, Kel was trying to get me sold on NXS, which was not going to happen.
I will take that fight every day. I'll take NXS over
all their
Wilson
songs
Phillips.
sound the same. What a dreadful band. Dreadful band.
Don't judge a band by their cover band, by their tribute singer, who also does Oasis, U2, and any other band you can think of from the 90s.
It still pisses me off.
Still
pisses me off. He came out in a different costume.
The same guy.
I mean,
same guy.
It's like, I thank God I got into that show for free. Because if I paid for tickets to see two bands and it was just the same band dressed in different costumes,
different clothes,
I would have asked for my money back.
And they talked about the other band like it was a different band.
Let's hear it for everything in excess, man. They rocked.
Those guys are great.
They rocked out tonight, man.
It's the same dudes.
That was you.
That was you in a different wig.
God, I will never forgive that band, ever. I will never go see that U2 tribute band again unless they have someone else opening for them. If I see the NXS, no way.
He's going to show back up. Didn't he say, like, what do y'all think about Oasis?
Oh, my God.
Bush, what do y'all think about Bush? We'll do that one, too.
Do we have any Monkees fans? Hey, he's going to come out in like one of those, like a mop wig. Hey, with the Monkees.
He's going to have his own festival.
And then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
8-band festival. All one dude.
All one guy.
It's UCL Fest. It's
all day, baby.
Oh, man. What a day it was yesterday in the brackets. Again, I don't know that anybody feels – I guess Vic feels good about his bracket one day in.
97%.
Look at you, man. Look at you. What a great day.
It always goes this way.
But listen, things are going to fall apart. That's what tends to happen. I tweeted yesterday after 4 games. I was like, me with my perfect bracket after 4 games, like you can't get on my level. And
then the rest is
Claymore. I guess Claymore doesn't always get my humor. Like, I obviously know that, like, I'm not going to have a perfect bracket. And Claymore quote tweeted me and was like, stop it, AJ. You know it's coming to an end soon.
Yeah, he's ruining it for
I know.
you.
It's like, let me have my fun, man.
And, oh, by the way, the leading cause of cat death is leukemia.
Yeah, like, why are you always trying to bring me down, Claymore?
Bring violence first.
Yeah, like remember the day that Bills lost to the Chiefs, and he's like, I told you.
Yeah.
I revel in your defeat.
It's like my hardest day, and he's just like dog stomping me. And then he wants me to go easy on him when the Mavs trade Luka.
Well, he is. I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
That poor bastard's got his own El Guapos. He's got to deal with his own issues from his Metroplex life.
We won't spend too much time. Like I said, that Houston SIU Edwardsville game was a blowout. The Auburn game in this second half ended up separating,
playing with their food. St. John's was kind of the same way. It was a halftime. It was a
Some of
5-point
that
game
was-
at halftime.
Omaha was better than expected. I'll tell you what. They had offense. They had three dudes that could legitimately play at a lot of different schools. They hit some shots early, then they went ice cold.
Yeah, Patino,
I said, Omaha, if they can hit shots, they're going to be able to hang. Then you look up at the end of the day, 5 for 36 from outside. They were like the Spurs. They kept trying.
Yep.
They just weren't going in.
Utility. My takeaway from yesterday was, and we kind of have been talking about this for the last couple of months, the diverse talent across the country. And it showed the difference in talent from a Division II basketball player to a Division I player ain't that much. It's so nominal, and it's so much about locale. And when you see the Drake kids, who are D2, non-scholarship national champions, but they all transfer, 4 guys transfer, and they just carry on.
Yeah.
It just shows that the game of basketball is leveling out, at least amongst the middle class.
Well, and you know what? We'll get into UC San Diego next, too.
Same story.
I mean, guys, the program's first year eligible to be in the tournament, they were there, took Michigan to the wire. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Gonzaga. We'll talk about Aggie. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-2013. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-2013. That's 800-444-2013. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-838-6161. That's 800-838-6161. 800-838-6161.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. Don't miss the 2025 State Farm College Slam Dunk and 3-Point Championships. Witness the nation's top dunkers and sharpshooters battle it out live in person. One epic night of unbelievable skill and electrifying energy. Thursday, April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. Tickets are going fast. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. See you April 3rd for the State Farm College Slam Dunk and 3-Point Championships. The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. One night, pure action. Don't miss it.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
To...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Heads up on the west side. Highway 151 westbound at Westover Hills. We've got a stalled vehicle at the off-ramp. It's causing some stop and go as you approach. Loop 1604 southbound at Highway 90. There's a stalled car on the right shoulder. Loop 410 eastbound at Somerset. There's a stalled car blocking the right shoulder. I'm Rebecca Parker, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Spurs get back to business tonight. They welcome the 76ers into the Frost Bank Center. The tip will be set for 7 o'clock. The Spurs are hoping to stack a 2-game winning streak. In tourney news, number 4 seed Texas A&M advanced to the weekend with an 80-71 win over number 13 seed Yale. They're going to play Michigan on Saturday. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, yeah! Hour number 2 of the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, I found some hypocrisy. I don't know if you caught this. I mean, you were watching the game, so I'm sure you saw the commercial at least 40 times, or the I guess it wouldn't be a commercial. What would they call it? It would be a PSA or something.
For
the thing about only losers come after. It's one thing to lose. If you're going to lose your bet, that's one thing. But only losers go online and, go after college athletes for making mistakes. Only a loser, a loser would berate a college athlete. And it was like, don't abuse college athletes online when you lose a bet. And I'm thinking to myself, and this is the NCAA who made this PSA. And it's like, you guys realize you had multiple teams investigated for point shaving this season. Like,
yeah,
these guys are losing bets on purpose. And you're like, oh, don't you, only a loser would go after
Don't question.
Poor college kid. Poor college kids. Yeah.
Well,
like,
used to you could
it?
say that. Now they're not poor.
Like, Coleman Hawkins when they he's crying like a little crybaby crier
because he had so much pressure on him because of the money he took.
Everybody's so mean to me on the internet because I got $2 million to play basketball, and now when I sucked at basketball, they were mean to me. Well, that's life when you like.
Yeah, you're right. You are, and this is the unfortunate ramification of professionalizing children. I mean, he's still only 21 years old, and no one should have to go through the abuse that he did go through. But by the same token, on the other side of the coin, I can't imagine being 21 years old making $2 million to play basketball at Kansas State. I think I can buy some self-esteem.
Dude,
I think I can have somebody come to me, and every time somebody tweets something negative about me, they can just tap me on the shoulder and say, by the way, you're great.
I think there's something to, like, when these guys were just playing for a scholarship and there wasn't money attached to it, it did feel a little wrong to like. And first of all, I'm never a person who ats an athlete. I don't tag athlete. Like, dude, I mean, they got enough on their plate. They don't care what I think about them. I'm not looking for them to give me any clout, so I don't care. If I do ever at an athlete, it's someone that I know, and it's someone that it's always going to be positive.
And
it's going to be like affirming.
Yeah, and it's also not about missing free throws. You know, it's also I would never. I mean, it happens. I'm never going to be upset or would never go after a player because of a lost bet.
So, what does happen though is, and this is the little known fact, these guys are so sensitive that they go and they search their name every day. If they play, especially if they play a bad game, well, they're going to search and see who's talking about me. Oh, that's negative, blocked. Which is why I'm blocked by Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray. Two NFL starting quarterbacks have me blocked. Not a lot of guys can say that.
What'd you say? Need more blocking on their own lines. What'd you say to them?
I didn't say anything to them. I just talked about them.
Okay.
Yeah. I never I never tag them.
Like personally, like you.
No.
You.
No, yeah. But they I might have posted something about Kyler Murray in the Lollipop Guild, but it's big deal. No, but it's these guys. They seek this out often. Like often the time, it's like, oh, I want to see what people are saying about me, and then it's negative. It's like I can't believe they're saying this.
Because they've never really read any negative stuff about them. I always fall back when people meet athletes. Remember, these are the greatest athletes that everybody in their circle have ever known. From the time they were 8, these guys were just different and have been treated that way.
Yeah.
And now they're not that far removed from being 8. They're only 10 years away from being 8. They're only 4 years away from being in 8th grade. I mean, we're talking about children that are now multimillionaires. And to expect them to act normal is insane. They are acting their normal because their normal is really different than yours. You haven't grown up being told by everybody around you, not only are you the best thing since sliced bread, you have to be a success to get me out of this cesspool. You have to be a success to get mama and brother and sister and family and cousin. You are the gravy train, and they've been told that since they were 14 years old.
And there's something to once you're making $2 million, I don't look at you like you're this untouchable. Like,
unfortunately, but they are still 18 now. They have the veil of wealth and professionalism, but at the end of the day. Think of your son. Your son, everybody driving around, your son is being destroyed on social media because he missed a free throw.
Yeah.
Just because he's making all. And these kids live in that realm. And from one day to the next, they are everybody's hero, like Hawkins, who a year ago today, he was the belle of the ball. There wasn't a program in the country that did not tell Coleman Hawkins, you are the best player in the country, and if you come here, we will win a title. And in fact, we're so comfortable, we'll pay you $2 million. We love you so much. 1 year later, he's crying in the locker room.
It's like one of those things, though. Like, let's say you're a soldier, and you're in Afghanistan, and you see a 15-year-old kid playing soccer, and you're like, oh, I mean, it's just a kid. But then 3 years later, you see that same kid, and he's wearing a uniform and carrying a gun.
You're like, well,
suddenly,
here we go.
That's not the same thing.
Right.
Now he's got a job to do, and he's getting paid to do that. It's like,
I agree.
There is we got to, especially once again, Coleman Hawkins made more money last year than a good chunk of NBA players made.
Every rookie.
And I mean. No one says, "Oh, you can't badmouth NBA players." Well, of course, you can badmouth NBA players.
Yes, we are changing our paradigm. We turned them professional, and it's that awkward moment of how do I treat?
They begged to be made.
No,
this.
You're right. No,
they begged to be turned into this.
The 14-year-old kid that is not professional didn't beg for it. I mean, they were born to it. There were 2 generations ago.
Yes.
So this is just the environment that they know. Yeah, it's a tough one to navigate, and it creates. Like the child actors, you get they think differently because they've just been treated differently their whole lives. And to expect them to act like, Yeah, I get paid $2 million a year. I accept that there's going to be some abuse come my way. That's not what an 18-year-old's going to say. It's just not in them. So this is the beast that we've created. Learn. Well, and I'll tell you, you're right. But the successful programs are going to be built to create that bubble where even if there is those naysayers, they're still in a comfortable, safe environment. And it's hard to get that when guys are coming and going every year. Like Coleman Hawkins, he'd never been to the Little Apple. You think he gave where the hell is Manhattan, Kansas? All I know is the bank that's given me the $2 million is located in Manhattan, Kansas. So there's not even the familiarity and the protection that you would get from an environment where you had been recruited and loved by a coach and kind of grown into it and had seniors to protect you and all that. He was thrown directly into the fire because he was that good and was worth the $2 million to somebody, and he couldn't live up to it.
Yeah.
It's sad. And it's going to happen over and over, and it's just a fact of life. They're just going to have to get older faster.
Well, he was third team All Big 12.
Well, I mean, and that's what $2 million gets you.
That's what $2 million gets you today. But don't you dare say, hey, man, you couldn't even get us to the tournament. He already feels bad enough. He couldn't get you to the tournament.
What happened to that guy that gave the ball to the other guy and scored? What was his name?
Oh,
and then he was just on the floor, like, because
it was
that was the Stanford game.
Yeah, the Stanford kid.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
He's going to go ahead and get his master's in some sort of digital tech and become a billionaire. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's gonna whoever tweets at him he's gonna be their boss, and they'll be fired.
I will buy you and sell your house.
Yeah, that guy's not looking to play basketball. Basketball's probably like the 20th most important thing in his life.
I have no pity for a Stanford dude that made a mistake.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like when they kept playing that, and I was like, you know what's like? It's weird that they're not reading the room that the NCAA has. That's their problem. This gambling thing. You did this. And now you've got guys throwing games, and you're telling me don't be mad at kids when they lose? I got a problem with that. And again, I'm not the person as an individual to go out and do that.
Most people aren't.
But it just feels weird for you to tell me only a loser would go after a college when you got college kids throwing games. It's crazy behavior.
And I think, like I said, the successful programs are going to build methods to protect these kids, but there's always going to be the Coleman Hawk. There's going to be 4 or 5 of those a year. It's just a bad investment, bad timing, bad whatever. It's funny we're talking about this because across the hall, for anybody who ever watched Last Chance U, season 3, they were in Independence, Kansas, and their quarterback is actually the starting quarterback for the San Antonio Gunslingers arena team. And he is the prototypical example of the kid that I'm talking about. The guy, the quarterback that was number 1 in the country, Florida State signee, who was just quite frankly warped by his upbringing. And the calamity that followed was shown on Last Chance U. And here the guy sits 6 years later as a quarterback in an arena league, the second-tier arena league in San Antonio. Still pushing around, still playing, much more mature, I've been told. But it wasn't about his physical gifts. That's not the reason he didn't become the success. It's the mentality that was created by a superstar that was supposed to lift everybody up around it.
Well, it's sometimes
it's a tragedy. I mean,
sometimes you ask for these things, sometimes they're thrust upon you, but like, I don't know. I'm getting to a point where it's harder and harder for me to like feel. It's hard for me to feel bad that you've got to take some criticism when you're making millions of dollars.
You've hit it on the head. And 90% of the people, and you're right, it is hard to feel bad, and quite frankly, we shouldn't.
Now, listen, and I tweeted that yesterday, and someone was like, oh, yeah, like a guy missing a three-pointer deserves death threats and racist remarks. And I'm like, dude, listen, to go from, I said deserve criticism, and I said to go from criticism straight to death threats and racist remarks that's a little much. And I don't think you should. I don't think you should give death threats or be racist to anybody.
No matter how much money you lost.
No matter who they are. If they're kids, old people, like, are you going to feel better giving a death threat to a 70-year-old man? No.
Well, if he misses the second of a 1-and-1 to tie a game,
yeah, like someone on the seniors tour misses a putt. It's like, hey, I'm gonna kill your whole family.
I had you in the over.
Yeah, but no, it's like there's. I'm not saying like that you should just be able to say whatever you want on the internet, because you shouldn't. And that's another pet peeve of mine, is the fact that ironically, this generation thinks it's okay to say whatever you want on the internet with no repercussions. But I do think that there is like a world where, you're a professional now, and whether you're in the NBA or being paid professionally to do college athletics, you kind of open yourself up to some criticism.
I think your analogy with the 15-year-old kid that picks up a gun, picks up a weapon.
Yeah. Once you put on a uniform, you're a different.
And by that,
you've aged up.
On the other side, we put 18-year-old kids give them management responsibilities in the Army. They're commanding platoons in life and death situations, and a mistake gets them killed. I think a basketball player can put up with a little bit of negative press for missing a couple of shots.
Yeah, like, $2 million, you couldn't get us to the tournament. Now I got to feel bad.
While I've got a kid standing in a mud hole in the middle of Afghanistan, same age. So, I get it. I'm with you.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
But
validation.
what I want to further for most people is, don't expect these athletes to act and react normally, because their reality, their normal is so much different than yours.
No, I get that. All right, let's dig into some of these games on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player, or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
At Round Table Pizza, our signature ingredients like made-from-scratch dough, our 3-cheese blend, and toppings all the way to the edge create your perfect pizza. Try our new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza, available for a limited time. You can enjoy a large for only $19.99 at participating locations. Plus, pair your pizza with our irresistible shareables. To find your nearest location or to order for pickup or delivery, head to roundtablepizza.com. That's roundtablepizza.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Ricky, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
The moment you find out you're pregnant can be very exciting. Knowing what to do and how to get started can also be overwhelming. Healthy Start is here to help you know what to expect. You should see your doctor in the first trimester to reduce the risk of a premature birth and for a healthy pregnancy. Healthy Start is a free program that offers support and resources while you're pregnant and for your baby's first 2 years of life. For more information, call us at 210-207-4725. Get the help you need to give your baby a healthy start.
Imagine waking up in the morning to ocean views on Matagorda Bay. I know that you can. Minutes from world-class fishing. Check out the grand opening of Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. Don't miss this one-day event, Saturday, March 29th, where you can get 1 to 3 acre properties, all with bay access for just $49.9. That is correct, just $49.9. John Lopez here, and I host the Texas Saltwater Fishing Podcast, Bite Me. If you love the Texas coast like I do, you're going to love this gated community. With a resort-style pool and cabana, boat slips and launch, boat and RV storage, paved roads, on and on it goes, underground utilities, and so much more. It all happens Saturday, March 29th, so call for your private tour, 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Ask about the grand opening day specials and the helicopter tours. Call now, 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Get your piece of coastal paradise.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Yeah, I worked hard this morning, Minix. We have a doggy door. Well, the flaps were like malfunctioning.
Bad to have malfunctioning flaps.
Yes, the dogs would go outside and the flap would stay up. Maggie ordered some, and I installed those bad boys today. And I must say, pretty damn good. 4 screws on each side.
Four screws for malfunctioning flaps.
It was harder than you think.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend party and yeah!
Yeah!
Fun, fun, fun. Looking forward to the week. 7 a.m. Oh, this is the wrong verse.
Oh.
Fun, fun. Think about fun. You know what it is. I got this. You got this. My friend is by my right. Hey, I got this. You got this. Now you know it. Kicking in the front seat. Sitting in the back seat. Gotta make my mind up. Which seat can I take?
Does your wife know you?
Do they have any idea what their dad is doing at 7:20 in the morning?
Oh, they know. They know.
Okay.
I mean, if you're in the car, if you're in the car with your family and this comes on, do you start blaring it and they're looking at you?
It depends on if it's Friday or not.
Well, it's kind of like the Step Brothers movie where his whole family has a part.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to the weekend. Yesterday was Thursday. Yep, that checks out. Today is Friday.
I'm just glad we don't do a show on Saturday.
We so excited.
Because I just listened to her Saturday song. It's not nearly as catchy.
No, it's a bad song. Her Saturday song is a bad song.
Thank goodness we only work till Friday.
I wish we would have played the first verse because
there's more than one verse.
Yeah, so the first verse She says
it's like the third verse of Amazing Grace. You're like, there's 3 verses to this?
It's the only hit song that's ever talked about eating cereal, I think. Because she says, 7 a.m., waking up in the morning, got to be fresh, got to go downstairs, got to have my bowl. And when I first heard it, I was got to have your bowl.
She's a wake and bake.
Wake and bake. And she says, got to have cereal.
Was that her code word?
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Her Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
That's right. Vince says his bracket is still perfect.
Yeah, wait till today.
You're like,
I feel like you're a Friday morning bracket filler outer.
I have a feeling. Now, is this bracket time stamped?
Yeah, his bracket is like mine that I keep here to see who's won every game. It's halfway filled out right now. Every game is correct so far. Let's talk about some of those games from yesterday before we dig into the upcoming games. Let's start with your Ags. 80-71 win over Yale. It got tighter in the second half, and it felt like maybe they were going to make a run. But the thing about these, if you're going to be a team who scores an upset in the tournament, you have to get the best from your star players. And Bez Mbang, who is a 3-time Ivy Defensive Player of the Year, I think 2-time Ivy Player of the Year, was he probably played the worst game of his life. He was in foul trouble, ends up fouling out. He was 0 for 5 from the field. He missed a couple key free throws when they had a chance to, like, when Buzz got that technical foul.
Right there with like 4 minutes to go.
I was like, oh my, they're going to let them back in this game. And I think at the time it was a 7-point game. Buzz got that tee. Mbang missed both free throws. And then they go down the court and they have a shot clock violation. And it's like, dude, that's a 4-point swing. That could have been a 3-point game. And then from then on, it was all Aggie. And
the shot clock violation was kind of a mix of average to good defense. It was scramble stuff, and that was unexpected from Yale. The missed free throws, that was a product of 28 minutes or 38 minutes of just being battered by that. Yale looked like, to me, when you watch a state basketball tournament and it's a regional final, and there's one school that they're undefeated in their district. They have wiped the plate clean with everybody they've played, but they haven't played much. And they're confident, and they look really good against them. It looked like a 4A team playing a 6A team. The body size, the structure, the team, it was 2 entirely different levels of athlete. It looked like 2 different kind of things. And they just out-athleted Yale. They didn't play better. They still can't shoot. But they were better at getting the ball, attacking the ball. They won just about every 50-50 ball. And if there was strength that decided to play, the Aggies won 9 out of 10. It was just a physical beating. It was not a basketball beating. They beat them up like a football team.
Yeah, and that's the difference between, like, Yale, if Bez Mbang plays horrifically like he did, they've got no chance. Wade Taylor was good, not great yesterday, and a lot of that was Mbang was on him, and again, a very good defensive player. But they find a guy, what was Pharrell Payne?
Yeah, who 23 points last night, and a physical beast, but not a great basketball player, just a bigger, stronger dude.
He's like, he hasn't been a starter most of this year. He just came in.
But there are 4 Aggies that look exactly alike. 6'9", 6'10", weigh a good 240. Yeah. And they just rotate them through until they get tired.
And Solomon Washington is the same mold. What's the kid's name?
Coleman. They're all like Coleman. They're all just big athletes.
Yeah. And you know what? Anderson Garcia too,
who's a offensive rebounding machine. It's so hard to play A&M when they're hungry like dogs, when they're chasing the ball, because the Aggie entry the Aggie entry pass is a shot. The entry pass into the paint is never a pass. It's a shot.
Get a rebound.
Get the rebound.
Yeah.
That's how they play.
I've said it all year long. That's their offense.
Yeah.
Is take a bad shot, get the rebound, and hopefully you can lay it back in or get fouled.
And you don't have to make a lot of threes when you're making a lot of and ones. So they have a 3-point game, but it's not the way that it's the old school 3-point game. And when you don't have the horses to keep up, you better hit shots. And they didn't hit shots, and they did one thing that they were unfamiliar with, and it was, 8 turnovers in the first half when they only have 10 a game. You just, like you were saying, your best players have to play their very best, and their best player had his worst game of the year.
Yeah, and it's just you can't keep up if that happens. Purdue and High Point was a game for a little while, but High Point just I knew that they weren't going to play up well, and at the end of the day, they didn't have answers for Purdue's best players. That was Trey Kaufman-Wren, who was in foul trouble early, dominated the second half. In the first half, it was Braden Smith just getting whatever he wanted. Purdue has like 3 good players, 4 good players, and then just a bunch of trash, and it didn't matter because they
I don't put any stock into that win because I have less faith in the Big Ten today than I did yesterday. So that was a good win against a lesser team. My takeaway from that is I think High Point is missing out on a marketing opportunity. That name, High Point University, feels like isn't that the name of a school that would be in like a Disney movie about football?
Yeah, probably.
I think they should sell like gear. High Point University.
They were talking about
real.
They were talking about there's a class at High Point where it's like a fine dining course, and they teach you how to. At the end of every week, they feed them some like incredible meal, and they teach you how to eat like with
like the right fork and working your way in
with
kind
dignitaries, and like this is how you eat fine sushi. This is how you eat. I mean, it's like wow, I want that class.
That's for what are they? A bunch of hillbillies over there? Don't know how to eat.
It's in North Carolina.
All right, you High Point animals, come here and sit out every
There's
Friday.
2 parts of North Carolina. There's the highfalutin North Carolinians, and then there's the hillbilly North Carolinians, and maybe they're trying to get them up on that level. It's like finishing school.
Look, another proud graduate of High Point. He's using a salad fork.
It's funny you said that you have less faith in the Big Ten than you did because they went 3-0 yesterday.
They did.
By the way, when I talked about Houston and who looked the best yesterday, UCLA is in that conversation.
See, I still don't quantify.
They're a Big Ten
all,
team.
Utah State was a good story last year when they did it, but this year that team was.
UCLA was a 5-point favorite though.
They smoked them.
It was never in doubt.
I still, in my brain, I know that they're in the Big Ten. I know they are, but I still don't quantify them with the Big Ten. They still don't play Big Ten football or basketball yet. It's still playing that West Coast style, which evidently is the best thing to be doing in the Big Ten. As we sit today with Oregon, we'll see what they do today.
4-0. I forgot about Wisconsin. Wisconsin handled business too.
But yeah, I just my takeaway from the first day was if I thought the conference was lousy, I was pretty right.
Yeah, the ACC certainly. The Mountain West, certainly.
So my confidence level remains.
Maybe the Big East overperformed.
Well, we kind of thought, we knew that they were going to be competitive because they're all basically the same style team. And they were, but they won. Instead of, losing by 4, they actually smoked a few out. Creighton was the big surprise to me. I had no idea they'd be capable of doing that against the Louisville team that I highly overrated.
Yeah, I don't know what the takeaway was for me from the SEC. They went 4-2 yesterday, I believe. Missouri lost, and who else?
And I don't know if you count Texas.
Oh, Georgia lost.
Yeah, and
Texas
and
lost.
Texas lose. But I don't know if you count play-in as a tournament loss. But
I mean, if 14 teams made the tournament, then yeah, they lost.
So. No, but I think I don't have a problem with the SEC other than they probably invited too many.
Well, let's talk about Georgia because you were right about Gonzaga, and I was like, maybe this Georgia team who faced the gauntlet, they're going to be ready. I mean, from the jump, that was a absolute and a lot of it, I think there was a coaching mismatch there.
Yeah, they looked young, and yeah, the thing about Gonzaga is. There's death, taxes, and Gonzaga in the tournament. They've all been there and done this. Everybody that's been on this roster has been in the tournament before and won and lost. So they're just battle-tested, and Georgia looked really young. And I think Mike White's a decent coach. But
I think he is, and I think Georgia's probably like the level for him because it was clear Florida was probably a little more than he should have had, and Georgia feels about right. But I mean, Mark Few is just a wizard.
Yeah, that team's cooking. They look good. They really did.
And, man, what a matchup that's going to be tomorrow with Gonzaga and Houston. The brilliance of that Mark Few offense, the brilliance of that Kelvin Sampson defense.
And the weighing, like we just talked about, Gonzaga is uniquely – they're not physically qualified to play Houston, but mentally they've been through the gauntlet. They've seen teams just like this. The AD has scheduled games for them to get used to games like this. They've played a game like this. Did they get Baylor earlier this year? So they know what it's like to get in there. So they might not beat them, but they've seen it before.
And L.J. Cryer against Ryan Nimhard, one of the better 1v1 matchups, and they're going to be on each other.
Oh, man.
Well, I don't know if Nimhard will be on Cryer on that end, but I know on defense, L.J. Cryer is going to be stuck to Ryan Nimhard, and that is going to be something to see.
Yes, that's going to be something else.
The game, I think it ended up being maybe the best game of the day, was the Michigan-San Diego game, and I was bummed out.
We were all cheering, weren't we?
Man, I was cheering so hard for UC San Diego. My guy. Tyler McGuy. That's my guy. He played his ass off, could not hit a three in the first half to save his life. And the game, other than three-point variance, which I always say, man, if you're an underdog, you've got to have three-point variance go your way. But the reason why I thought that UC San Diego could hang was because I thought that they would, A, be able to hang on the glass, and B, Michigan is going to turn the ball over. And UC San Diego forces turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, they forced a ton of turnovers. Michigan turned the ball over.
Boy, they jump passing lanes, don't they?
Yes.
They lure you into some weird passes.
And that big dummy Wolf, Danny Wolf, is like a turnover waiting to happen.
Stop
He's
dribbling, dude. Stop dribbling.
I was like, oh, my God, this big goof is going to give away the whole game. And he almost did.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I did not remember him from the Yale team last year that beat Auburn.
Yeah.
I did not put the two together. He looked a whole lot better in a Yale uniform. Not that, he's got a skill. There is something there. It's soft and unrefined.
It's called being 7 feet tall.
But he has some handles and can do some things. And they looked huge against San Diego.
Absolutely.
I mean, the fact that San Diego got any rebounds in the first half was amazing. And in the second half, when they finally started pulling some down and using space to their advantage, it looked really good, but they had just built such a deficit.
The biggest player on San Diego is 6'7".
Yeah, it was obvious, man.
But you know what? They fought, and they're not afraid to to the basket.
No, it was just overwhelmed. Golden sucks, man.
Yeah.
That dude bites. He's just big. He has as much basketball skill as a refrigerator.
Yeah, I don't. Michigan's a tough team for me to parse because I don't believe in them yet. Here they won the Big Ten tournament. Now they just beat a team that I thought was going to be a kryptonite matchup for them.
And I bet if they played next year, give another year, and having been there and done that and gone through the ceremony of being the young star and a regional in Denver that everybody's talking about instead of getting ready for the game, because by the time they were ready for the game and playing their game, they were down by 14 points. They were down 10-0, wasn't it? Wasn't it like before they even woke up, and that was the deficit until they woke up late in that second half.
And the fact that game came down to a shot to tie it, to send it to overtime is pretty cool.
You get that team that knows what they're doing and have been there before, Michigan's going home crying.
Well, remember, that's that program's first time, not the first time when it was their first time to make the tournament, but this was the first year they were eligible to make the tournament.
Yeah.
Like that's how long they've been in D1.
So Michigan, don't celebrate too much, man. You beat Little Sisters of the Poor.
All right, we got to and Michigan plays A&M next. We'll talk about that as well. I also want to talk about I guess the biggest upset of the day yesterday was Clemson losing to McNeese. We'll talk about that on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. On the east side, 35 southbound at George Beach, there's a stalled car blocking the right shoulder. It's causing a slowdown as you approach. Highway 90 eastbound between Highway 211 and Loop 410, there is a 10-minute delay. 35 southbound between FM 3009 and Weidner, you're stop and go for an extra 5 minutes. I'm Rebecca Parker, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Ready for the special season that's not on any calendar? It's free phone season. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless this tax season and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414. 800-895-1414.
Hey, Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. The second half of the basketball season is here. The race to playoffs is on, and there's no better time to get Prize Picks because the money, it's heating up. 1,000 times your cash, Taco Tuesdays, and the way they pay. Let me tell you, Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts. There's no better way to get started with Prize Picks than right now as basketball season ends. And here's the best thing about Prize Picks is you can combine different leagues. You got a favorite in the pros, you got a favorite in the college, you can put them together to really maximize your bets. And remember the code ALAMO. Remember, you download that when you sign up today. There's money to be had. No better place than Prize Picks right now. As the basketball season winds down, go for the place to get the best cash with your favorite sports. That's Prize Picks. You know what you're doing. Go play. In fact, go run your game.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on 2025 Silverado 1500s and $10,000 off MSRP on Silverado heavy duties. Buy a new 2025 Equinox posted at $24,999 or $40,999 for a new Traverse. Plus 2 years of no-charge oil changes and car washes. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify for financing offers. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Hey, it's Adam from County Crows. Come out and see us on the Complete Sweets Tour this summer. We'll be joined by our friends, the Gaslight Anthem. It's a summer butter miracle. Guess I should. Old songs, new songs. Come and hang with us.
Saturday, August 2nd, the SB at St. Paul Square. Tickets on sale now at thesb.com. Presented by ATG Entertainment.
Progressive knows owning a home can be hard, but not always. Like when you're relaxing on your patio, enjoying a nice, quiet evening. So quiet. Except for the sound of the neighbor's party. Which you said you'd go to if you weren't busy. And your quiet night on the patio, that's not exactly busy, is it? Maybe you should just stay inside. At least Progressive's Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance is the easiest part of owning a home. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience, rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle. Happy Friday to you. Hey, let's give away some tickets. What do you say?
Yeah,
you got
let's
some
do it.
Cavalera tickets? Who's this?
Cavalera.
Is this Primus? Who is this?
No, this is System of a Down.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah.
Cavalera will be at the Aztec Theater in but 5 days. Prepare appropriately, and I guess the first thing to do is to get some tickets. We got them.
The Third World Trilogy Tour, March 26th at the Aztec.
Gonna be cool. Gonna be loud. Gonna be angry. Gonna be Portuguese.
Yeah.
You could be there. 656-3776. 656 ESPN, caller number 6. Let's
got it.
6 as we got Cavalera tickets headed your way. Strange day around the building as the KTSA's got all kinds of folks running around, bringing canned goods. There's a country band playing.
Not just a country band. They were
Is it Rebecca
they were playing
Black?
Born to Be Wild.
Keep in mind, most of the people in that room, about 65 to 70.
A bunch of bikers in there, too.
Yeah, it's a random bunch of good people in there,
wild
I'll tell you.
bunch.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that Clemson game.
Yeah.
Of all the power conference teams, they looked the most overmatched yesterday. The final score is so misleading to what that game was. McNeese wins by 2. That's wild.
They made it interesting.
So, like the UC San Diego Michigan game, which at one point there was a 15-point lead for Michigan. That game ending close didn't feel off. You know what I mean? Like it felt like.
Well, Clemson had played so bad, I was rooting for them to lose, and I had picked them. They were so god awful that I didn't want them to come back and win that.
That's easily the worst that they've looked this year.
It was exactly what you were afraid Clemson could look like in the worst possible scenario. Big, slow, plodding, can't shoot, can't get to the boards, turns the ball over because they're trying to figure out what's happening. They didn't have their best scorer. He wasn't there, so we'll give him a tiny pass. But you can't get beat like that by McNeese. They never got off the bus.
Chase Hunter didn't show up. It was just a lame performance, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Ian Schifflin was terrible, and I was looking. I said, I wonder what how the final score again, 67-69, says that this was a close game. I looked it up. The minimum win probability, like the smallest chance that McNeese had to win, they were 19.8% to win, and that was when they were down 4-2. For the rest of that game, they were better than. They were supposed to win that game.
I saw 8 points in 14 minutes. Some kind of crazy early. They barely made double figures in the first half.
They scored 13 points in the first half.
That's unforgivable. That's one of those. I get the sense that there's something happened. You just don't roll in and get beat like that by McNeese. Either you were so blatantly thinking we're who we playing in the second round, which I can't imagine.
No way.
As a tourney kid, I can't imagine them looking past anybody. Or your
especially when you're a 5 seed and you look at McNeese and they've got 28 wins. You don't get 28 wins by accident. And McNeese has played against high major competition. They were in the tournament last year. That's a team full. Everyone knows what McNeese is. McNeese is a team full of power school castaways that either couldn't get grades or got in trouble or whatever the case. And Will Wade, like the Island of Misfit Toys, said, hey, I'll take you and we'll win games. And that's all that matters to me. Everyone knows that team has talent. There's no way Clemson looked past them. They just suck.
That's what I'm saying. So then I'd like to have been in the building and seen how the players on the bench were reacting in that first 10 minutes. Was there a look of fear, like, holy cow, these are not what we expected and we are not ready? Or was it, yeah, we'll take them. We'll just gotta wake up and play. I don't know what their attitude was. It was a disgrace, I can tell you that.
Well, let's look at the matchups for Saturday before we get into today's matchup. And I think almost every matchup that's left is interesting in a way. So we've got Auburn-Creighton, which I think Creighton played well enough and Auburn left enough doubt that I think there's a real game there. Mm-hmm. Michigan A&M is fascinating to me because I think they're both such deeply flawed teams. I'll tell you this, though. Auburn is going to be watching that game and praying that Michigan wins because Auburn feasts on teams like Michigan. When Auburn's had trouble this year, it's been with teams that get in their grill. Mm-hmm. Tennessee did it. A&M did it. A&M's already beat them once. I guarantee you Auburn is praying that Michigan finds a way to knock off A&M. You have a feel for who comes out in that game, the Michigan Aggie game?
A&M will beat them.
Okay.
This is another perfect matchup for A&M. Let those guys think they're going to grab every rebound. Run with us for a minute. You don't have enough bodies.
Maybe my favorite matchup of the second round that's set so far is Drake-Texas Tech. Drake is so freaking good, and obviously I'm higher than market on Texas Tech and have been kind of all year. But I think this healthy version of Texas Tech is a really dangerous team, but Drake is clearly better than a 6 or than an 11 seed.
Well, we're about to come to the Peter principle here. We're about to get to the level of their incompetence.
How good are you?
I mean, they've been promoted pretty well and have done some really good things, but now you're playing with the big boys.
Arkansas St. John's is certainly interesting, even from a coaching standpoint.
Can we just have a wrestling match at that midcourt? That's all
I'm for it.
What's the movie where you just send out your best?
Yeah.
Oh God. Where Brad Pitt comes out and.
Yeah, I know what you're. I don't know why.
Just send out your best, man. This Calipari Patino at midcourt.
BYU Wisconsin. There should be about 1 million points scored in that game. And BYU is such a fascinating story. Like we were talking about the UC San Diego
stuff
coach.
I didn't know.
Yeah, the BYU coach has never coached in college basketball before. Kevin Young was an assistant for the Phoenix Suns, and BYU went and grabbed him. And BYU has, with him. And first of all, it's weird, but the Utah Jazz give a lot of money to the BYU basketball program. I think a lot of it comes to
Mormon Mafia.
Yeah, and
LDS
Danny
Mafia.
Ainge and all, there's a bunch of incestual stuff there. But with getting an NBA type guy to coach and getting this money influx,
it's working.
They're turning them into a
the proof's here. They have the number one recruit in the country showing up to BYU and $7 million, but they do have A.J. DeBanza.
And not because A.J. DeBanza is a Mormon kid.
No, he's a capitalist.
Yeah, so it's that BYU, they may be onto something.
This could be a really good story. You start looking at, okay, what's the story going to look like? If BYU wins, I think you kind of might have hit on a thread that we're going to hear a lot more about because it feels like they could be an imminent fun story.
And Benny says Rob. Rob is the movie's called Troy.
Troy, that's right. Send out your best.
Houston Gonzaga is fascinating. We talked about that a little bit.
That's a Sweet 16 Final Four matchup in round 2.
Gonzaga gets to the Sweet 16 every year. Yeah. I don't think they beat Houston.
I don't think so.
But man, I don't think it's gonna. I mean, I said this before or this season. Remember when I was like, there's gonna be some 8 or 9 seeds that when the 1 seed gets through, they're going to look and go, really? That's who we play in round 2?
Right. This got easy.
Connecticut, obviously Gonzaga. I think Creighton is not an easy draw for round 2.
No, not at all.
And if Baylor comes out today and plays like Baylor's been hurt all year, but if Baylor plays to potential today, Duke's not going to have an easy one in round 2. There's some tough 8-9 games this year. McNeese Purdue, I think McNeese could win another game.
Why? What? Tell me why they wouldn't. You know, they play the kind of style they can run with Purdue. Purdue's not your traditional slow plotting Purdue team. They're led by a point guard that can play in a wing. So there's going to be a lot of points scored, and I wouldn't want to get in a shootout with McNeese.
And then UCLA, Tennessee might not be the most exciting game, but I think it's going to be a lot better than people think it is. And obviously the big question. It's a good coaching matchup, first of all, with Cronin and Barnes, but the question will be, when is Rick Barnes going to make another deep March run? and he's got the guys to do it.
Certainly the defense on the side.
You're running out of excuses because you got the dudes.
We were saying earlier, I still don't quantify UCLA as a Big Ten team. They don't play like a Big Ten team. They don't look like one. So that might be enough to keep them in the game because they can run a little bit. But I don't look forward to a UCLA win, I can tell you.
All right. When we come back, congratulations to Aaron Avalos. He's going to go see Cavalera. I like saying that.
That's Nosferatu.
Nosferatu loves to go to watch the Cavalera play. When we come back, we'll take a look at the games today. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyerforus.com.
San Antonio, the NCAA 2025 Men's Final Four is coming April 4th through the 7th. Check out Reese's Men's Final Four Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you can watch open practices and the Reese's NABC All-Star Game at the Alamo Dome for free. And for the music lovers, March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, with 3 days of free concerts, featuring the biggest acts in music at Tower Park and Hemisphere. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
Things are just better when you switch to Cricket. The sun shines a little brighter. Happy music starts randomly playing. Best of all, you can get iPhone 13 for just $29.99. With the ultra-bright Super Retina display and up to 19 hours of video playback, all on Cricket's super-fast 5G network. See? Isn't that better? Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new account imported on $60 plan. First service charge, tax to its sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. In the Midtown area, 281 northbound before St. Mary's. There's a wreck in the right lane, 5-minute slowdown from 35. Loop 410 eastbound at Exchange Parkway. Watch for a stalled car in the right lane. It's causing a 15-minute slowdown from West Military Drive. Highway 151 eastbound at Old Highway 90. There's still a stalled car blocking the right shoulder. I'm Rebecca Parker, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Spurs get back to business tonight. They welcome the 76ers into the Frost Bank Center. The tip will be set for 7 o'clock. The Spurs are hoping to stack a 2-game winning streak. In tourney news, number 4 seed Texas A&M advanced to the weekend with an 80-71 win over number 13 seed Yale. They're going to play Michigan on Saturday. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bum, 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 bum. We're at hump time of Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Almost there.
We're gonna make it, baby. Oh, you got big plans this weekend, Vic?
No, I'm just gonna lay down on. I don't know about that either.
Yeah, you're hacking things up.
No, my wife is sick. She's got bronchitis.
I know you're sick too. I think you sound terrible in there. You coughed a couple times, making me feel sick.
I'm about to pull a Tracy Morgan here in a minute.
Blow chow. I'm feeling better.
In the middle of the segment.
I'm feeling better than I did when I got here this morning. I was running on fumes. But
right? Starbucks
yes,
coffee?
man, I'm telling you, being able to drink good coffee is really a game changer.
That and free tacos.
Yes,
always improve my general altitude.
Yes, that's a win as well. But yeah, it's funny how I forget how affected I can be by caffeine. When I've got enjoyable caffeine.
Oh, okay. It's got to be good caffeine.
Yeah, I just can't drink that swill. I refuse.
That's probably why I'm sick.
I think I swear it's filtered through like cockroach pubic hairs. Oh. It's like whatever the worst thing you can imagine going through. That's what it goes through.
A difficult reference to frame. Actually, it sounds like it'd be a pretty good filter. It'd be pretty fine filter.
Yeah, it would.
But that's why Vic is sick.
You know how hard it is to harvest cockroach pubic hair?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Only the females grow it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Then you got to figure out which is which. Then you got to coax them into it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you're fooled because there's a roach who wears a merkin and it's not even authentic.
You're buying them dinner and taking them out and Turns out that's a merkin.
Yeah. It's, oh, come on, gal.
Cockroach merkin.
You lied to me. All right, let's take a look into some of these games today. We'll start with the early action. We'll go in a chronological order of today's matchups. And the opening game at 11:15, Baylor and Mississippi State. This is really one of the tougher games, and I mean it's at 8-9. They're generally tougher to pick, but both these teams have been they've looked day and night throughout the course of the season. Baylor's playing better right now. They're getting healthy right now, which they haven't really been all year. They're still missing what's the guy's name? Jonua, the big.
They're going to have the best player on the court in Edgecombe, the most talented, but they won't have the most talented guys.
Yeah, they will also be Mississippi State. The one thing they do have is this Cam Matthews is like the best on-ball defender in the SEC.
And they got good point guard play. They're good.
So you say, oh, he's the best on-ball defender in the SEC? That's pretty good. And I think he is that. I think he's going to give Edgecombe problems. So somebody else is going to have to beat Mississippi State.
Do you have any feel for this? I got none.
I lean to Baylor. I think that they, if the shots fall, I think they're the better team. And I trust their coach a little bit more. I like Chris Jans.
I picked him, but I'm not comfortable with it.
I don't think you can be comfortable with it. I really think this is like a very coin flippy type of game. Robert Morris in Alabama. Talked about them a little bit. Robert Morris,
so he just plays by himself.
It's 5-on-1.
It's pretty good.
It's not fair, quite frankly. Robert Morris, this is the best way I can explain. They play in the Horizon League, which for starters is a dreadful basketball league. It's not good at all. That's like
it's a city league.
For reference, that's the league that Doug Gottlieb is a coach in.
It's a small town bus
league. It's like a Midwest, Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan, schools. But what Robert Morris, the way they win that league is they've got bigger, stronger, faster athletes than everybody else in that league. That doesn't translate up.
No,
that's not the mid-major profile or the low-major profile, especially, that you hope can knock off a team like Alabama, because good Horizon athletes are nowhere near what Nate Oates is about to roll out. That said, I was looking up what Nate Oates has done in the first round the last couple years. So last year they played Charleston in the first round. They won 109-96. So I mean they
played their game, yeah.
They played Texas A&M Corpus Christi 2 years ago, and they ended up winning by 21. But this was a game that was like actually pretty close until late. I don't know that Alabama or that Nate Oates in particular is interested in blowing out some crummy team in round one.
Well, I don't think he's interested in doing it, but his offense is structured. I don't know how you slow that thing down. His offense is made to take a shot every 15 seconds regardless. I mean, they lead the league in pace and in score, not league, the country in pace and shots per minute and scoring and all the offensive categories. That's a system it's hard to slow down. Now, the parts in the system might not live up to billing and miss some shots, but I don't know how you stop that offense.
If Alabama's threes fall, you're dead.
Yeah, you're
I don't care who you are, you're dead.
So they could pile it up on Morris, or, they could keep running the same thing with dudes not making shots, but they're still going to take a bunch of shots.
No doubt about it. And like I said, if they're falling, you're in trouble when you play that.
It's funny. I thought you were going to tell me that Nate Oates' first rounds were closer than that, because he had a reputation when he got there of being a little bit of a really wired, tight coach. That, his nervousness and his energy kind of bled into his players, and in the biggest games, Nate Oates' team seemed to play a little tight because he's a little wired tight as well.
Well,
and that's my worry. It looks like he's kind of grown out of that, as most young coaches do.
His first year, his first year was the COVID year, so there was no tournament. But his first tournament year, they were a 2 seed. They played Iona in round one, and they won 68-55. So while that win and that Corpus Christi win, they sound comfortable, Nate Oates is 1-3 against the spread in first-round tournament games, which means like when you're a 2 or a 1 seed, you're getting these huge lines. Right. Nate Oates, he's not covering those lines.
Interesting.
And there's a pretty big line tonight, so or today, I should say, this morning, sitting around 23 points. I don't know that I trust him to cover by 23, but I just think Robert Morris is never going to get a stop.
And Robert Sears, their point guard, is Jalen Brunson. I mean, the game is Brunson's. He's capable of winning it by himself if they have to.
Now, Iowa State.
Or Mark Sears, excuse me.
Iowa State takes on Lipscomb in the third game. That's a TNT game. Iowa State, a 3 seed. Lipscomb is a 14 seed. Lipscomb is interesting because they do profile as the low major team that can give you some troubles because they play 5 out. Everybody who plays for Lipscomb can hit threes. And that's a little bit scary, particularly if you're an Iowa State team who they're going to throw that blitzing pressure at you. And usually when that pressure's there, especially those double teams start coming, that means somebody's open, and whoever's on the floor, like I said, is capable of hitting a shot. It's kind of like the way Creighton is built where, you double Kalkbrenner, somebody's standing out of that three-point line who can drain a shot on you. I liked Iowa State early in the season. When Iowa State started to get hurt, things started to unravel for them. I would have liked Iowa State coming into this tournament, but Keyshawn Gilbert being hurt now and done for the tournament is so terrifying. Like, teams who lose their best player right before the tournament almost never have real success.
But they have played a lot without him.
But they've lost a lot.
Yeah, but at least they're accustomed to going out without him being there. And to me, I like Iowa State's pieces, and I thought they would become parts, but I'm not sure they are. I'm afraid that Iowa State is going to be my today's Clemson. They could roll out and legitimately lay an egg.
If you said top 4 seeds most likely to lose, Iowa State would have been in my top 3.
Yeah, I'm worried about it. I placed too much on the 2 that are getting healthy, and I know what they're capable of, but in the back of my mind, I think of a BYU game. I think of teams that can just light you up from the outside, and they don't have enough to keep up.
I had all 16 of my top 4 seeds advancing. The only 3 that I gave any real thought to, A&M, who lost. Actually, I didn't have them advancing. I had Yale. That's 15 out of 16. But they got that done. The other ones that I worried about both play today, Iowa State and Kentucky. I think Kentucky's very vulnerable for some reason. We'll get to them here shortly. But yeah, Iowa State at their best is one of the best teams in the country. I just don't think they can be at their best without Gilbert on the floor. Colorado State and Memphis is an interesting game to me. I have no idea why Colorado State is favored. First of all,
got a scorer.
Fine.
Yeah.
Let's remember first things first. Colorado State plays in the Mountain West. Like I've got to have a reason to want to bet you if you're a Mountain West team.
They kind of had to play their way in late, didn't they? They're a streaky team.
And Memphis is. When Memphis is bad and when you can bet against Memphis, and I've said this all year during the Daily Lines, Memphis is a big favorite we want to fade because Memphis coasts. When Memphis is playing a team that's on their level or better, they fight like hell. They were 6-1 as underdogs this year against the spread. Now they're an underdog against Colorado State. I don't understand this.
Well, Memphis came to San Antonio, took on UTSA in one of the last games of the season, and UTSA was within 4. I mean, that told me that Memphis might not be what they have been in the past.
But again, that's Memphis playing as a big favorite. When Memphis, it's almost like the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know how the Steelers, like when they've got a big game, like I always say, oh, Mike Tomlin gets his guys up and they play big in these big games and they show up and they compete. And then the next week when they play like the Cleveland Browns, they'll find a way to lose or barely win. That's kind of what Memphis is. Like this is the same Memphis team that beat Ole Miss this year, and they beat Clemson this year. They just their conference is not very good. And they rolled through this conference season, beating a bunch of bad teams, but kind of sleepwalking.
And whoever wins this is losing the next game anyway. So
yeah, their wins this year, they beat Missouri, they beat Connecticut, They beat Michigan State. They beat Clemson. They beat Ole Miss.
Pretty impressive list. That's a pretty solid quad one list of wins.
Yeah, but when they play bad teams, they win close. They beat Rice by 3. Like you said, the UTSA game, they win by 5. Like they sleepwalk through these games that they're supposed to win. I think Penny has them focused. I think Memphis wins today, and I think they might win comfortably today. I don't trust Colorado State far as I can throw them.
No, I don't know anything about them. Honestly, I know Memphis has got a couple of horses. So that's I picked them on face value, knowing no matter what, I don't think whoever wins is taking the next game.
Duke and Mount St. Mary's. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to play Duke money line.
Spend some money to make some money?
I'm going to put down $100 and win like 14 cents is my big goal. No, I think Duke can name their number here.
If I'm Shire, I just show a video of Virginia versus UMBC.
Yep.
It can happen to anybody. I doubt it.
And then Vandy against St. Mary's. This is one where it seems like everybody is picking St. Mary's here. I think I'm going to lean the other way. The closest comp to St. Mary's in the SEC is Tennessee, Texas A&M, like these grindy.
But they play better. They're more organized than A&M. They are, and they're better.
They're
shooting.
more skilled than A&M.
Well, organized.
I mean, like from a shooting standpoint, they're more skilled.
They run plays. They don't run an offense. They run plays. They're more organized. I don't know. First, they won the regular season. They beat Gonzaga
twice.
We saw what Gonzaga just did. I'm starting to wonder that maybe this is the year that these two West Coast teams actually have the talent to overcome the West Coast mentality. This is a tough team in St. Mary's.
What Vanderbilt did in the SEC is they beat Tennessee. They beat Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah. I watched them handle A&M.
You are not going to bully this Vanderbilt team. And I think St. Mary's kind of count on being able to bully you a little bit.
I would have been on your side 100% until yesterday when I saw Gonzaga just unleash. And I know that I watched St. Mary's beat them.
Yeah.
So we might have been a little bit too quick to judge West, but they're going to have to go out and do it. Because I know when I see St. Mary's play, I know exactly what's coming. And they're not going to surprise anybody. I just think that this might be the year because they've been doing it long enough and these guys are old enough. Maybe this is the year. I doubt it. I think SEC skill and talent, much like A&M and Yale, will outcome at the end. They're just bigger and better.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, talk about the rest of these games, the rest of today's games on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Hub.
Listen all this week to the Blitz to win tickets to see the Counting Crows at the SB. Saturday, August the 2nd, the Counting Crows, the complete suite store, comes to the SB. Tickets are on sale now. Go to thesb.com. Win tickets to the Counting Crows with special guests, the Gaslight Anthem from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Now, the Sarlacc is a terrifying creature that was created by attaching a ferocious, sharp, giant fangs to an armadillo named Apita from the Guadalajara Zoo. He's famous down there. He can beat you at tic-a-tac-a-toe 3 games out of 4.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414. 800-895-1414.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at the Twin Peaks location on 151 and 410. More college basketball action.
All the latest on the madness and the latest on the madness with Micah Parsons and his contract. John Machota from The Athletic will join us at 5:15.
The Blitz live at Twin Peaks, 410 and 151. We start at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Oh, Rob.
You know.
Don't you know?
This is
Things
one of
change.
the top 30
Things
songs
go your way
of the
if
90s.
You hold on for one more day.
In fact, it was the number one song
Hold on
of 1990.
for one more day. Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. Oh.
And they're still touring?
They're touring?
Let's see, River
Kentucky
City
Fried Chicken Tour.
Yeah, in St. Louis, Missouri. They're at the River City Casino Hotel.
Playing the front lounge.
Yeah.
Or are you comfortable with the pain? Oh, no one to blame for your unhappiness. No, baby. Don't to your own mess. Letting your worries pass you by. Don't you think it's worth your time? Change your mind. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way. If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way.
There it is.
Oh, it's the wrong verse.
Oh.
Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. There's pain.
I almost feel like I
know
need
that
to
there's
apologize.
pain, but you can hold on for one more day. Break free from the chains. That's right. Yeah, I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day. Break free from the chains. Day somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Whoa!
AJ
Hold you
Phillips.
down and make you cry. Hell no! Don't you know? Things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Hold on.
It's almost over, Rob.
That's right. Don't you know? Things can change, Rob.
Look at Rob.
Don't you know? Things can change. Things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Just
Almost over.
hold on. Oh, my gals.
Yeah.
The rest of their music sucks.
Yeah, this
but
is it.
What a song. What a song. And how about Carney when she was naked in that magazine? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
That was the post.
that was when she got skinny for a little while.
Yeah.
She did like the Atkins diet or something. Was like, you know what? I'm going to show my boobies off. She did it. Then she was like, that's enough. I'm back on the carbs.
Anybody got some chicken?
Back on the carbohydrates.
I want some bread.
Oh, everyone wants to know why you don't sing along with me.
Me?
Yeah, like we could harmonize.
First, I don't know the words.
Like when I had my dream that I was trying to get Glenn Fry to harmonize with me, and he was pissing me off.
See, I don't think you're professional enough to sing with me. So once you get your game up, then I'll step in. But you got some work to do.
How dare you? How dare you? All right, let's get back into these games. I think North Carolina is a nightmare matchup for Ole Miss. And here's why. Ole Miss, Chris Beard, like his whole goal is to get you into ISO situations. Like he wants his defense to get you to play ISO ball on offense. And that would have worked out really great had San Diego State won. North Carolina, that's what they want to do. They thrive in that. It feels like a bad matchup for Chris Beard's guys.
And they're going to be mad. North Carolina still, they got something to prove. I mean, they're still getting texts from Michael Jordan and Kenny the Jet. I mean, they got guys that they got to live up to. So I didn't take into account the weight of being a North Carolina basketball player carries. Because pregame, before that play-in game, they were, Kenny the Jet's talking about, I'm texting those boys. This is embarrassing. I mean, we can't have North Carolina talk like this. So I get the sense that they're playing for just sheer reputation amongst their cohorts, and that's probably the most important thing to play for.
Yeah, I think North Carolina gets through there. I think they get the job done. Maryland takes on Grand Canyon, the Crab Five of Maryland, like maybe the least depth in the country, and it doesn't matter. What's amazing about Maryland is the thought would be, man, if you've only got 5 good players, I'm just going to get them in foul trouble. Maryland never fouls, and Grand Canyon, their whole game is based on getting to the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
And if Maryland never fouls you and you never make it to the free throw line, I don't know how Grand Canyon hangs with them. I think Maryland might run them out of the gym.
Drew coaches the Grand Canyon, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Maryland a lot today.
They could be one of those, I'm circling threads to see what the storyline could look like. Maryland has the makeup of a really good story if they can win a couple of games.
They're pretty good,
No one knows about them.
Nobody's talking about them.
We don't remember they're in the Big Ten, and they were competitive. They were great, and they beat some non-conference teams. them, BYU, and a couple others could be a really interesting Sweet 16 kind of story.
Then the 5:50 game, Florida against Norfolk State. Good luck. Yeah. Here's what I'll say about it. Most people have not watched Norfolk State this year, and congratulations if you're in the group that hasn't. I have, and it sucks.
Well, they play Tidewater basketball. They're going to be rough. Tidewater basketball, that part of Virginia, they're just that's where I'm trying to give you some players that might have come out. Well, the most famous is Crossover King, 76ers.
Allen Iverson?
Iverson's Tidewater ball.
Okay.
They play a style.
Okay. Well, my guess is then that style, because what I've seen of them is all of their offense is get to the damn rim.
Yep.
And that might work against other Tidewater kids in Virginia. Yes. It's not going to work against these 7-foot Gators.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be no points to be had at the rim, and that's the only way Norfolk can score. Mm-hmm.
They're one-on-one, attack the rim. Five tool basketball players, but not a cohesive team.
And they can't shoot.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be able to shoot to beat Florida because they have giants roaming around the paint.
Right. Norfolk, keep in mind that part of the world, Virginia Commonwealth and Virginia, they take the very best, and then the guys that play that same style, but they're 6'6" instead of 6'9", they're playing at Norfolk.
Right, so and then the guys that are worse than the Norfolk guys go to Virginia Tech.
Pretty much, depending on who's coaching there. But so they do play a style, and they can come and get you, but Florida is
it's just a bad
machine,
matchup, right? Like, because like I said, they just they can't shoot, they just attack the rim, and I can't picture a world where that works against Florida. That just seems like the worst possible strategy. This was like the nightmare draw, I would think, for Norfolk State. Troy goes up against Kentucky. This is the 6:10 CBS game. Of course, they want to get a prime program on there in Kentucky, action. And they did. I think Troy is live in this game. I might be crazy. I think Troy can hang with this team. I think Troy is they're solid. They're not spectacular. The Sun Belt's not a great conference, but they're decent. I don't trust this. I don't trust Kentucky.
You shouldn't.
Like, they don't have good guard play, which most Kentucky teams usually do have good guard play. And they're not like – this isn't a Calipari Kentucky team where they've got, like, these ultra athletes.
No, those guys are gone.
They're in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. And this is Mark Pope's first year in this kind of – there's a lot going against Kentucky other than the expectation that this is Kentucky, go out and do Kentucky things.
The problem is – talking about teams that can't score or can't shoot a lick, Troy can't shoot a lick. That's again when I'm profiling an underdog, I want one that can shoot. But again, I think they can get some points at the rim, and they defend the rim really well. Like they're a pretty big team. I think they can give them some problems.
I'm firmly on the side of Kentucky. If Troy is in it, it's because Kentucky pulled a Clemson and didn't get off the bus. You know what I mean? This shouldn't be close.
Oh, boy. Here we go. The battle of who can you trust more? From the Mountain West, New Mexico, or from the Big East, Shaka Smart and Marquette in the tournament?
This feels like a slap from – this is not a good matchup for Marquette.
I don't think it is either.
Not a good one.
Again, I have to find a reason to want to take a Mountain West team, and I got fooled by New Mexico last year. I got sucked into all their talent and like the pace, and it's fun basketball to watch. It really is. And I'm like, you know what? This team is good. And then they got waxed in the tournament. Mm-hmm. I think they get a more favorable matchup here against Marquette, and this was something that kind of I think is flying under the radar. But do you know who Marquette? Recently, that like their most recent game, in fact. Do you know who they played in the Big East tournament?
Was it? No.
Providence? It was St. John's.
St. John. Oh.
Do you know who the coach of St. John's is?
I have a vague. He's a vampire. His only comes out at night. Patino, I think. Is
now, do you know who coaches the University of New Mexico?
It's a young man, a younger vampire named Nosferatu Jr.
Rick Pitino Jr. Mm-hmm. I wonder if Big Rick is going to say, hey, here's my game plan, little Rick.
Give me some.
Here's how we beat Marquette by 20 points in the tournament. And here's how we beat them 3 times this year.
I would guarantee you there's been discussions, but
now those
Little
teams
Ricky
are
does
built
not
very
have
differently.
Patino's dudes, but New Mexico's a tough-nosed team. I mean, Patino came out of Minnesota. He knows the Big Ten. He's coached against those guys. He knows styles and forms. They're a better New Mexico team than they were last year. They're going to have to play 100%, though. They're going to have to bring it. If they do, they can win it. I picked them.
I'm going to take New Mexico as well. I don't feel great about it because, again, they play in the Mountain West, and Mountain West teams generally suck in this tournament.
And point guard for Marquette just didn't live up to expect. He might be a fine pro. The left-handed point
Cam
guard.
Jones
Yeah,
is his name.
I thought he was going to have a much better year. I don't know what the case was. Maybe he's more of a lead guard than a point. But he just doesn't play as well as he did last year with Tyler, whatever his name is, running point guard. Just isn't the same guy.
Yeah, I get that. I think it's one of the better matchups of the day.
Yeah,
at least.
it's going to be
It should be a
one,
fun game.
No one knows about New Mexico. No one. It's legend lore and a couple of stats. You know what I mean?
Arizona plays Akron on True TV. I'm going to tell you this. Akron plays in the MAC, which is this is one of the worst seasons of MAC basketball ever. And Akron plays less than zero defense. They are going. Arizona might score 1,000,000 points tonight. They might score 1,000,000 points.
Zips.
There will be zero stops, and because Arizona's so much bigger than them, they're going to get whatever rebounds they want. They are going to just feast offensively.
And the worst thing that you can do with Arizona is let Caleb Love believe. Once Caleb Love believes, you're in trouble.
Oh, if Caleb Love has a good day,
you're done.
You can't beat the rest of that Arizona. You have to hope Caleb Love will screw things up for Arizona. I also think eventually Tommy Lloyd is going to break through. Like I think he's too good of a coach to have been as disappointing as he has in the tournament so far. I think eventually an Arizona team's going to break through and do something. This might be the team.
I still think they're dealing with the ghost of Lute Olson and tournament woes. Some teams are just kind of cursed, and I feel like I'm just waiting for Arizona to find a way to lose it again.
Oklahoma, UConn, which I'm kind of surprised this wasn't the primetime tip. Like I thought maybe they would put
UConn for the
just because
national title stuff. like that.
And they're trying to three-peat. Like that's the big story, especially because Kentucky's not that fun. But I guess they are the bigger brand. I think Oklahoma can win this game
if they. They've got the NBA player.
Jeremiah Fears he's a lottery player, and what I'm always. Anytime I'm like, okay, do I like this team? Can this team win in the tournament? It's do they have an NBA guard? And there's not a lot of teams that have them. Texas had them and they couldn't win, but Oklahoma's got one. I think they can win this game. UConn defensively is so bad.
They are, but I fall back on this is tournament time and things are different. And UConn at 80% of what, or not even that, at 40% of what they were last year. Still has everybody that has played and won a lot of tournament games. And OU, they're happy to be here. They didn't think they were going to get in. They thought they deserved, but they were sweating up through the SEC tournament. I just think that UConn brings an intensity level that I'm not sure that OU is going to – they're capable of matching. I'm just not sure they're capable here. I think UConn's going to be coming to play, and that'll keep it close. I don't know if they got enough talent to beat OU, but it's going to be close.
I think often Dan Hurley has a huge coaching edge. I don't think he has that here. I think Porter Moser is like a very, very good coach. He's not going to get coach circles around. I can tell you that.
And Moser, his seat ain't hot, but we're 2 years into this.
Yeah, well, I think the fact that they got to the tournament this year, I think he's in a little bit better place.
We're 2 years into this. We need some success.
Yeah. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, we got more games to talk, but we got to talk to my guy Eric from Carbach on the other side. Speaking of Carbach, I had some last night. I had some of the Hoplectic last night. Man, what a beer that is! Very balanced, very easy drinking IPA. It's not as bitter, not as in your face as the Hopadillo is, which is their flagship IPA, but it's just a nice, smooth, easy drinking IPA. And if IPAs aren't your thing, if you don't go for IPAs like Rob's dad, no big deal. They got something for everybody. The Love Street is their best seller. That is a Kolsch-style blonde, very easy intro into craft. They've got the Crawford Bock, Ziegenbock. Again, something for everybody's palate. And the seasonals are always changing. Last season we had the Dunkels and Dragons, the Dunkelweiss. Very good beer. Rob enjoyed that one. He went for that one. But guys, again, this Carbach is so much easier to find than you may think. I know you're going to be out and about this weekend. I know you're going to be out at a bar. I know you're going to be out at a restaurant. You're going to be somewhere watching the games with your boys. Go ahead and elevate your beer drinking game. Ask your bartender to please make it a Carbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. In Midtown, 281 northbound before St. Mary's, there's a crash in the right lane. It's got you stop and go from 35. 37 northbound at Hot Wells. There's reports of some debris in the right center lane. Use caution there. Loop 410 eastbound at Exchange Parkway, there's a stalled car in the right lane. Military Drive is where things get extra slow. Loop 410 eastbound at McCullough Avenue, there's a crash blocking 2 right lanes. You're slow for an extra 10 minutes from Vance Jackson. I'm Rebecca Parker, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. At Jackson Hewitt, expert tax prep is now $149 or less, but only for a limited time. Hurry, book your appointment at jacksonhewitt.com today. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/49-149.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, we are the ones you can trust. With over 100 years of combined experience, we are committed to helping people in our local community. Get George Salinas Injury Lawyers and put our experience to work for you and your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
The Basketball Madness headquarters is always at Twin Peaks, and the Blitz will be live today from the Westover Hills location to cover all the action.
Catch all the madness and the best seats in the house with the lovely ladies of Twin Peaks. Happy hour food and drink specials, along with the frosty 29-degree drafts.
And it's Bourbon and Brews Friday, which means lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways.
So how is your bracket holding up? Get to Twin Peaks Westover Hills. We're getting started at 2.
March is National Nutrition Month, and the City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District invites you to celebrate the role food plays in our health and well-being. Food connects us to our cultures, our families, and our friends. Health, culture, and access all shape how we relate to food. The foods we choose play a big part in our overall health and physical fitness. This March, join Metro Health in celebrating how food connects us and how it nourishes both body and mind. Healthy people, healthy community. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business?
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414. 800-895-1414.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Turn that bleep up, Vic. Yeah.
This isn't Katy Perry.
Third world wild. Wrecking over sickness styles. I'm buck wild. No shelter if you're looking for shade. Oh, this guy is almost like, he's like the Rebecca Black of his generation.
Yeah. But different.
The Wilson Phillips of this times.
Awesome.
Blood and oil. Damn.
Good
Some
stuff,
things never
man.
change. War for gore of the son of a drug lord. None of the above. Bleep it. Cut the cord. Turn that up. Oh, turn that ish up, he says. I like that. All right, enough. We got a guest on, Vic.
Yeah. Hold on.
Jeez, man. My guest is just waiting on the, I mean, he's probably jamming out. Eric Warner from Carbach Brewing, the brewmeister emeritus, joins us on the Morning Huddle. Good morning, Eric.
Hey, good morning, guys. Sounds like you're having a lot of fun for a Friday morning there. You guys already tasted some beer?
No beer today. Not yet.
As far as you know.
But had plenty last night. I've been on the Bach lately. I've been a Bach man. But last night I had some of the Hoplectic. I was going through some of that stuff last night. That's a great beer. Really well balanced. How much longer is that going to be on shelves?
Yeah, not too much longer because the next one coming out is going to be the rhubarb sour. But I think you probably got another 3-4 weeks of that one. But for you hop lovers out there, the new one coming out, dropping this week, is the Hopadillo Imperial, which is basically kind of like Hopadillo on steroids. Same kind of malt profile, same direction with hops, but just a lot more of it.
Now, you guys used to make a beer called Hop Delusion that was one of my favorites. I would unwisely sometimes like chug these beers when I was out on the river. It was a big mistake, and sometimes I end up passed out on the river. Whatever happened to that beer, and have you guys done anything like sort of like that recipe since it's gone away?
Yeah, we haven't done, we always like to try and, riff off of existing material and not necessarily replicate. But, I think the Hoplectic had some elements of that. And certainly this Hop Imperial might be a little.
I want to pull you guys out of the weeds. I'm lost. I
What
don't
do
know
you
what
mean?
you guys are talking about.
We're talking
I
about
really
beer.
don't. I know. But I don't. What are we talking about here? How does this change the flavor profile when you say the hoppy? Because I'm looking at the Hopadillo and I see IPA, then I see hazy, and I see juicy. What is the difference? What makes an IPA juicy by title, the Carbach Hopadillo juicy, as opposed to the Hopadillo hazy?
And then the Hopadillo Imperial that's
So-
coming out.
What makes the different taste? Why would I want to choose one over the other?
Yeah, great question. And we could literally spend multiple segments, going over this. But to keep it like really simple, IPAs were originally, like historically, they were made in England and they were shipped to India, hence the term
Right.
India Pale Ale. And they made them stronger and put more hops in them to survive the ship voyage to India. And hops and alcohol are both natural preservatives. Well, fast forward, as we Americans do, we make everything better. And we started adding more hops to our IPAs back in the 2000s. And then, like in the teens, all these different, like you alluded to, the hazies and the juicies, and there's even a thing called like a sour IPA. All of these things started coming out. But like your main ones now, I would say, and AJ, jump in if you see it differently, are probably what they would call like a West Coast IPA, which is going to be really crisp, usually filtered, pretty dry and bitter. And then the hazy IPAs or juicies are going to be hazy. They're not going to be clear, and they're not going to be as bitter on the back end, but still tons of hop flavor.
Yeah.
AJ, anything to add?
Yeah, usually the hazies have like a little more of like a floral or a fruit profile, and the West Coast IPAs generally taste like either trees or weed. Is probably the best way, and they smell like trees.
Well, I
and
know
weed.
when you talk about crisp and how it pops off the tongue, that when he said that, I recognized that sense from a West Coast IPA.
My wife will when my wife tries IPAs, she says, "Is this one that tastes like trees?" I don't like the ones that taste like pine trees. I like the ones that taste like fruit. And they're and different hops have different flavor. Like Citra is my favorite hop, and it's got like some floral, fruity flavors. And then there's the hops that literally taste like pine trees, like pine needles. So it's different strokes for different folks. But that's sort of the beauty of beer is it is an art. Eric, what's going on at the brewery? What do you guys have music wise coming up?
So we have a couple really fun things coming up. If you're gonna in the first half of April. First of all, on April 6th, that's a Sunday from noon to 6:30, we've got our 5th annual Hot Sauce Festival, and you have the opportunity to sample hot sauces both locally and from across the U.S. You can vote for your favorite at the end. It's a very family-friendly event. But the following weekend, we have our annual Love Street Music Festival. As some of you may remember, we got derechoed out of the Love Street Music Fest last year. We had 3 big weather events in Houston, and that first one canceled. So we're really excited. It's April 12th, Saturday, April 12th, featuring Will Dorado. They're a trio out of Oklahoma. I actually found out they're going to be playing Red Rocks here in Colorado this summer. So they're really kind of climbing the charts, so to speak, with Moon Taxi and Alex Lambert also playing that day. So get your tickets at carbachbrewing.com. The Love Street Music Fest, you don't want to miss that one.
Always a great time. Well, Eric, what you said that the rhubarb sour, when is this coming out?
This should be out, probably mid-April, something like that. I will. I'm sorry, I was off, as you guys may know. I was off in Argentina drinking wine and actually some decent craft beer.
All right.
To the Argentine.
What a life!
Nice.
What a life the brewmaster emeritus of Karbach is living. Eric,
but I need to get you guys some samples. I've been derelict.
Yes.
I need to get you some of this hop imperial and some of the rhubarb.
Well, we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. But we always appreciate when it does come through. That's Eric Warner from Karbach. We appreciate the time, boss. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next month.
Off he went.
Okay, well, there he goes.
Off to Argentina.
Yeah, off to Argentina. And Eric and all guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
What is a rhubarb?
Have
you ever
really
eaten or seen a rhubarb?
I like rhubarb pie, and I like strawberry rhubarb as a combo.
A fruit?
I believe it is.
Yeah. Like I could that's a good looking rhubarb.
Yeah. I think a rhubarb actually might be considered a vegetable. But I don't know. I don't know.
I just Googled it, and it does not look like I thought it would look.
It looks
like celery, like red celery.
It does look like red celery, or it's kind of a good way of, or like if you said, what do green onions look like, but then you made them red instead, that's kind of what they look like.
Rhubarb.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Apparently, it also is like I think it just like it's one of these things that balances tartness of fruits. So like that way, if you eat a strawberry pie, it's not like just super sweet and in your face.
It appears to be packaged with different fruits to kind of
to sort of make it more of a more palatable taste. So it's not just in your face sugar bomb. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Some of the appearance weird and colorless, and The snacks can be overpriced, it says.
Oh, well, there you go.
But, customers are satisfied with the syrup content and the fruit flavor that they have.
Okay. Well,
rhubarb.
I've never been a rhubarb customer. I've never bought
pick it off of a counter. I had no idea.
Rhubarb pie.
And
I've had that once.
Oh, I've had it a couple times. Yeah, I do like a nice strawberry rhubarb pie.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm very fancy.
Well,
Rob. You're not. You're not
it's
cultured
I'm
like
not.
me.
I don't know. There might be rhubarb in my backyard. I don't even know.
There might be, but probably not. Probably not.
No,
you're not. Again, you're not cultured.
That's a vegetable, man.
It is a vegetable for sure.
Oh, then Rob wouldn't have it.
No. Well, it's a red vegetable. Does that count?
The flowers aren't pretty enough. Your dad would not grow those.
No, that would not be grown. Although he might very well be and not know it.
He might. But yeah, your dad only likes to grow pretty things. All right, we got 1 hour of program left. We got a couple more games to get into from today, and I guess we'll hit some NBA talk. I guess at some point. We'll see. Maybe. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Whataburger. The $5 breakfast Whata deal is cooking at Whataburger. For a limited time, from 6 to 11 a.m. daily, get either a taquito or honey butter chicken biscuit and any drink for just $5. See you at Whataburger.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone. Any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. Don't miss the 2025 State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. Witness the nation's top dunkers and sharpshooters battle it out live in person. One epic night of unbelievable skill and electrifying energy. Thursday, April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. Tickets are going fast. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. See you April 3rd for the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. One night, pure action. Don't miss it.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our Timeshare Exit Information Kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414. 800-895-1414.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Welcome to The Hangar, Petrenko, your go-to spot for mouthwatering wings, ice-cold cocktails, and an unforgettable atmosphere. Come taste some of the best wings in town, served by their friendly staff with even friendlier cocktails. Only at Hangar Petrenko, where great food, drinks, and friends come together.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. In Midtown, 281 northbound before St. Mary's, there's a crash in the right lane. It's got you stop and go from 35. 37 northbound at Hot Wells. There's reports of some debris in the right center lane. Use caution there. Loop 410 eastbound at Exchange Parkway, there's a stalled car in the right lane. Military Drive is where things get extra slow. Loop 410 eastbound at McCullough Avenue, there's a crash blocking 2 right lanes. You're slow for an extra 10 minutes from Vance Jackson. I'm Rebecca Parker, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Spurs get back to business tonight. They welcome the 76ers into the Frost Bank Center. The tip will be set for 7 o'clock. The Spurs are hoping to stack a 2-game winning streak. In tourney news, number 4 seed Texas A&M advanced to the weekend with an 80-71 win over number 13 seed Yale. They're going to play Michigan on Saturday. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 4. It's the final hour. It's the final countdown. It's finally Friday. Finally Friday.
That was like 4 song lyrics all rolled into one.
That's right. Our old George Jones song, Finally Friday, baby. What a day. And it's an NCAA Friday. Oh, double the good times. Double the good times. A couple more games that we haven't really touched on. Xavier in Illinois is interesting to me.
Oh, it's going to be a fun game.
Xavier looked so good against Texas. And this Illinois team, I think, is very gettable. I've been disappointed by them all year because remember early in the season, I was saying that's the most talented team in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're talented.
And they just kept underperforming.
They're skinny. They're little. They get beat up.
This Xavier team
is the kind of team that beats you up.
Maybe. And Sean Miller's a coach who's been there and done it.
And could be the next Texas coach.
And Brad Underwood, consistent underperformer in the tournament.
Yeah, I like the way that Xavier's stacking up. I don't think they're going to beat Illinois. I think that Illinois is finally getting healthy. And they, what's his name?
Yakashonis.
Yakashonis had an arm issue that for a minute their other forward scorer had a little bit of a limp. They're getting healthy. They're looking better. They better beat Xavier. They really should beat them. They're a better team.
One of the teams that I am not crazy about, I don't think they can lose this game, but I do think they're very vulnerable, is Michigan State. I mean, it's the same reason I don't trust Texas A&M. It's the same reason I don't trust St. John's. At some point, your offense is so bad that it's like, I'm going to need you to go on a run, like a 8-0 run, and I don't know where that comes from. And Michigan feels like that team to me. Now, I don't think it matters against Bryant.
No, they're bigger, badder, stronger, tougher. But there's something about Michigan State where they're the best bad team you're going to watch. They're not good. They just try really hard and have one of the legendary coaches and don't make the kind of mistakes to lose games. They make the kind of mistakes to keep things close, but they really don't. They're not going to lose it. That's just not what Michigan State does. I'm not that in on Michigan State. All year, I just have been picking them apart, but they continue to win. It's just this Izzo-ness that I just stay away from. I'm picking them, but the moment I feel like there's a chance for them to go down, I get away from it because I just don't think there's enough.
It's been a while since a deep run for an Izzo team. The last time they made a deep run was 2015, got to the Final Four. I guess they made the Sweet 16 once since then, but it's a lot of round of 32, first four. Woof. I don't know where I'm at with Michigan State. I just don't trust their offense. I don't want to say Izzo's lost it.
Every year I do. I feel like this is it, man. Your guys aren't listening to you anymore. And then about 15 games in, they kind of round into form and start playing Spartan basketball. It's that first month that everybody just looks like they're lost or quite frankly, don't want to offer the effort, the physicality that Izzo just demands.
Is there any coach who is more revered with just one championship?
No, for a lot of reasons, because he's a coach's coach. I mean, he's the guy that other coaches call for mentorship. He's from the Judd Heathcote school, and Heathcote was there at Michigan State for 20 years prior to that. So there's this lineage, this safety that these coaches get in the institutions there at Michigan State that, he's revered, and for a lot of good reasons. He does good things with good people.
But it's just like normally guys with only one ring, and by the way, it was 25 years ago, those guys aren't looked at as like the greats of the greats, and for whatever reason, he is. He's looked at like that, like, oh man, this guy's like a legend, and I get it. I mean, he contends a lot, but he's won one ring.
It's the ring that got him in the room. It's like I can say, he's the coach's coach. When he walks in the room, coaches with 3 championships defer to him. He's that guy.
Maybe so. I don't know. I think at some point, and I got to give him credit because this team was not supposed to be good.
No, that's why I can't. I just keep looking for the reason to pick against them because they're just not.
17-3 in the Big Ten. They weren't a top 25 team coming into the year. They
got roped by that first game of the season. They got roped early on, and I thought, well, this is finally it. He's met his match, and nope, 15 games in, they rounded to form and just start punching teams in the face.
Yeah, they played Kansas early on and got smacked around, and by the way, that loss didn't age well. But yeah, they just keep finding ways, and maybe it's a detriment to the Big Ten and what it is. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I watch and I'm like, I just don't believe in this. I don't believe this is real.
Death taxes in Michigan State basketball, man. It's always going to be there.
They'll win today. They will line up to play the winner of Marquette and New Mexico.
Which they are dying for the Marquette matchup.
I think so, too.
That's not going to happen.
If New Mexico gets through today, I could see New Mexico beating Michigan State.
That would be and that's one of those stair-step coaching matchups where the coach that beats Izzo gets a little something next time he interviews.
Yep. And my favorite bet of the day is Oregon over Liberty. Liberty, they don't have anybody who's taller than 6'8". Their backcourt, both guys are sub 6 foot. and they're going up against a Big Ten team. There's just no.
Yeah, unless we saw
there's a
Oregon.
physicality edge that you just can't overcome.
They ran Indiana out of the gym, out of the tournament, and got the coach ignominiously gone. You know, Woodson had already retired and was going to leave, and they kicked him in the ass on the way out the door. So Oregon's got a pretty good basketball team.
Oregon went through a stretch where they lost 5 games in a row. And, you know, it's going to happen to just about anybody. But you take that bad stretch out, that late January into early February stretch, this team's been solid all year long.
It's funny. Dana Altman, free Dana Altman. I've always respected the way that he coached and the way that he recruits, and certainly being a Nike, outlet helps to bring in some talent up to Oregon. But I never have felt like he got his just desserts. I never have felt like people consider Dana Altman an upper echelon, high-end coach. And he is.
Yeah.
But in Oregon, you're always going to be second, and it's up there in the cold, and now you're playing in a Big Ten. He's just kind of hamstrung.
I think that's fair. But it's funny, Oregon is a team that we don't really talk about a lot.
No, they're just kind of hamstrung up in the Northwest, and they play some pretty good football, and that's where Nike is, and they wear those crazy uniforms. But you don't think about Peyton Pritchard is going to be 6th man of the year, and that's a Dana Altman creation. He made Peyton Pritchard.
They also have 7 wins over tournament teams this year.
Yeah, good team.
Good squad. And like the quality mid-low major teams that they beat San Diego State by double digits. They beat Troy by 21 points. They beat Montana, another tournament team, beat them by 31 points. I think they blow Liberty off the floor. Liberty is – they blow out the crummy teams in their crummy Conference USA. They blow out Florida International, and they blow out Louisiana Tech. I'm not impressed with them. They shoot the ball well. I give them credit. They shoot the ball well, and to beat Altman, you're going to have to shoot the ball well. But they cannot rebound, and they're going to have to be on fire from 3 in order to beat Oregon. I just don't think they do it. I think there's too many second chances for Oregon. I think Oregon is going to have too much offense for them. So that's my favorite of the day is Oregon getting the job done against Liberty Bibbity. All right, that's the schedule for today. That's it. You know what I was trying to watch yesterday too, like when there was a slow. I hate that this happens, but the March Madness is going on, which is the NCAA wrestling tournament.
Oh.
It happens at the same time as the basketball tournament. It drives me crazy.
I have never been to or watched a complete wrestling, collegiate wrestling match.
Haven't done it.
Really?
I've never even watched I've seen highlights.
I love college
everybody
wrestling.
who's gone to
such a nerd.
A wrestling meet where it's like 2 schools and they go from weight classes all the way up. Say it is as fun and exhilarating as any athletic event in high school and college. Yeah.
I love it, man. Yeah. And every once in a while, you'll see these guys who are next level guys like Bo Nickel, who's now in the UFC. What he was at Penn State, he lost 2 matches his entire career at Penn State. There's some freakishly good guys. I don't know. Maybe you've got to be into the culture of it, but I certainly always have been. The Spurs back in action tonight against the pathetic, low-life 76ers.
This is as close as a sure thing win. It better be.
You're right.
It better be. And you're not going to need Mamu to go for 30 and 19. The Sixers lost, and I kid you not, to the Oklahoma City G League and Jay Williams.
It was like nobody playing for them. Crazy. And they got beat by 30-something points.
So when you have a chance, Spurs, to play a team that you are legitimately more talented than, go out and act like it. Act like you're the better team. I know it's hard to, but go out and play a basketball game and go, this is, and do what would good teams do? Do that.
In their last 20 games, the 76ers are 3-17.
They're biblically bad, and it's not only because they're just not good. They're not good also on purpose. So they're poorly talented, and they're trying to lose.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say anything good about them. 2 of their last 4 wins came against the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, there you have it. Another team that fits that definition.
I'm trying to find the last time that the Sixers won a game outside of Philly, and you've got to go back to January 25th.
No, that Embiid played.
It was the last time that they won a game.
No, Embiid wasn't back in January. No, that was not without him.
That was a 31-point Tyrese Maxey performance. And they beat the Bulls 109-97. They are abysmal on the road. If the Spurs don't win this game,
legitimately, you get 2 or 3 games like this a year as the Spurs.
This is like
you need to wake up, have your Wheaties right now, and picture the win, because they're going to be willing to give it to you if you'll just act like you want it.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, 3-17 in their last 20.
Trust the process, man.
Pretty abysmal. But again, who knows what the Spurs' goal is? Right now, I mean, the Spurs. I think the Spurs at this point, you're not going to be able to win enough to make the playoffs. No. You're not going to be able to lose enough to get in the bottom 4.
Yeah, so you can win a game
just
here.
Do what you're comfortable doing. Go out there, get some run. Just make sure you're getting the right guys some minutes. So that's going to be out.
Can we play Fable Fave just to hang around for the rest of the year?
Yeah, boy.
We'll give him his own T-shirt cannon, and he can just stay down here till May.
And I think you might want to win this one and the Toronto game. Because the rest of March goes at Detroit, at Cleveland, home Boston, home Golden State.
Good grief.
Yeah. And
we'll
then
send the G League up for them. Boston Spurs can handle that one.
Then you're at Denver and home Cleveland. It's about to be a real rough patch to finish up this season.
Wow, they scheduled us like we were a real playoff contender, didn't they? They really kind of put the icing on the cake. If we were actually half-as good and we're looking at that schedule, oh, my God.
Yeah, you got home and homes with Cleveland and Golden State in the last stretch of games. You've got road games at Denver, at Phoenix, at Detroit, which turned out to be a good team. Yeah, things and the Clippers, if the Clippers are worth a damn. So, yeah, tough late stretch for the Spurs. All right, let's give away these college slam dunk and three-point shootout tickets. The Final Four weekend, there's going to be the college slam dunk contest and the three-point shootout April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. Let's go with caller number 3. We'll give you a pair of tickets to go see that action at the Frost Center during Final Four weekend. All right, let's hit a break. Let's talk about some stuff that's not sports. On the other side, it's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
A few accidents being worked on this morning. The first one is going eastbound on Loop 410 at Northwest Military Highway. A wreck here has the left lane blocked off, causing a 5-minute backup to start from Evers. There's also an accident blocking off the median for drivers going southbound on I-35 just before Randolph Boulevard. You're also seeing a 5-minute delay here, but your delays start from Topperwine. Also, on the topic of medians, a stalled vehicle blocks off the median on I-35 going northbound at McCullough Avenue. And a look to downtown for some long-term road work on the lower level of I-35 going southbound. Just one lane open to drive on here due to construction work, and it's causing a 10 to 15-minute delay. I'm Jason Fossig, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
San Antonio, are you ready? The 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four is coming to the Alamo City. The NCAA Men's Final Four Fan Fest, presented by Capital One, brings fun for all ages. Fan Fest is a sports wonderland of interactive games with celebrity and athlete appearances, giveaways, and much more. Come ready to play April 4th through the 7th at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. The event is free for kids 12 and under, Capital One card holders, military personnel, and 2025 Final Four ticket holders. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Frankly, would you like to rap at the Testicle Festival? Can you give me a little rap?
You want me to spit a rap?
Yeah, I want you to spit a rap.
About balls? Yo, Testicle Festival. It's like an extraterrestrial. Widen my eyes when I see them calf fries.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The Basketball Madness headquarters is always at Twin Peaks, and the Blitz will be live today from the Westover Hills location to cover all the action.
Catch all the madness and the best seats in the house with the lovely ladies of Twin Peaks. Happy hour food and drink specials, along with the frosty 29-degree drafts.
And it's Bourbon and Brews Friday, which means lingerie costume party paired with exceptional bourbons, tastings, and giveaways.
So how is your bracket holding up? Get to Twin Peaks Westover Hills. We're getting started at 2.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. The second half of the basketball season is here. The race to playoffs is on, and there's no better time to get Prize Picks because the money, it's heating up. 1,000 times your cash, Taco Tuesdays, and the way they pay, let me tell you. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts. There's no better way to get started with Prize Picks than right now as basketball season ends. And here's the best thing about Prize Picks is you can combine different leagues. You got a favorite in the pros, you got a favorite in the college, you can put them together to really maximize your bets. And remember the code Alamo. Remember, you download that when you sign up today. There's money to be had. No better place than Prize Picks right now. As the basketball season winds down, go for the place to get the best cash with your favorite sports. That's Prize Picks. You know what you're doing. Go play. In fact, go run your game.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Dude, I'm telling you, I wouldn't go in the water anywhere in Florida. The gators all over the place.
Would you go in the ocean?
Probably not.
Yeah, you would. You'd have to pee at some point if you're on the beach.
I only go in where I can sit.
You sit to pee while you're in the ocean?
Yes. I've got no problem with my manhood, but when you've had a few beers, you got to pee. I don't want to venture out too far.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Nothing in my brain. That's what people say. Mm-mm. That's what people say. Mm-mm.
It's been a minute.
Oh, man.
Not long enough. No.
That's what people say. Mm-hmm. I keep rolling. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, my God. You like this, Rob?
God.
In my bones saying it's going to be all right. And the
This is
player's
one of
gonna play.
Rob's songs that he listens to
gonna
privately.
hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break.
I'm just not happy
and the
enough to
faker's
enjoy
gonna
this.
fake, baby. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off.
Good
I'm
stuff,
lightning
man.
on my feet.
How old was she when she did
And
this?
that's what they don't see. This is like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what they don't see.
Felt like longer than that.
Dancing on my own. Moves up as I go.
Why
go.
do you know
That's what
this?
they don't know.
At what point did you hear this?
That's what they don't know.
And go, you know what? I'm going to learn the words.
But I keep cruising.
I want to know this Taylor
Can't
Swift
stop,
song.
won't stop grooving. I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be all right. Ha, ha, because the player's gonna play. This is catchy, Rob.
It's
First
something.
of all, let me tell you,
it's not a sad song.
I know the lyrics to so many stupid songs. I'm like an encyclopedia of just ridiculous, nonsensical songs.
You have to make it to the end. I can't make it to the end.
How could you not? This is a great song.
There's just something about this flavor genre that I'm just not down with.
That's
this happy little giggly girls music. It just doesn't
shake it off. Ooh.
Like why don't you enjoy Sesame Street?
Just think while you've been
Because
down
I'm
out there, the
59
liars
years
and the
old.
dirty cheats of the world. To this sick beat.
See,
my ex-man brought his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my God, but I'm just gonna shake. Ball's over there with the hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake. Yeah!
Who says white girls can't rap?
Damn. All right. That's enough. That's enough about me.
Now let's go commit some acts of violence.
I'm just gonna shake it off. When you hate on me, I just shake it off, baby.
Who had the hella good hair?
That was you with the hella good hair. Good haircut.
The hella good hair.
To the fella over there with the hella good hair.
Hella good.
Let's go and shake. Hey, a couple of things quickly. Congratulations to Bronny James. He's proved all the haters wrong by upping his points per game average to 1.
Well, he got a bucket against the Spurs. He got a 3 against us.
He's up to 2.3 points per game now after his 17-point outburst last night.
What?
17 points,
Who
a career high.
Who gave Bronny? Who let him get 17?
There were some long threes.
The Milwaukee Bucks let him give up 17. Wow. Now you might think, well, that's incredible, and that is a pretty incredible number. But the other number that goes along with that is his plus minus stat. Are you a big believer in plus minus?
No, I think it's a good piece, but it ain't the whole picture.
Okay, because Bronny James plus minus last night was minus 36.
Jesus. No, that's a whole picture. For the time that he was on the court, they lost 36 points.
Yes. Now I want you to do some math on this. So think about that.
That might be the highest I've ever seen.
He scored 17. He was minus 36, and the Lakers lost by 29.
Okay, I'm not saying you're the problem, but you're kind of the problem.
You're kind of the problem.
Negative 36.
Well,
that you need to frame that. That's hard to do.
Well, guess what? It wasn't even the worst on his team. Shake Milton was minus 37.
Who else was on the court? Was it just them? With 2 on 5?
It was a lot of Trey Jameson and Cam Reddish.
Well, I'm glad Trey could get off work so he could show up for the game.
Yeah, Jordan Goodwin helped participate as well.
Jordan Goodwin got in the game, did he?
They had
Old man Goodman's boy?
One player who was in the plus on plus minus last night. Markeith Morris was plus 7. But yeah, there's some the garbage time. This is when most of Bronny's points came, was in garbage time. But it was ugly.
So me and Shake, we're negative 38s. So once you get a 40-point lead, we can go in safely.
That's right. Yeah, there's no
At least we know what our role
Can't
is.
blow it.
So at 40, I get to go in.
Yeah, I found those numbers pretty fascinating. Remember that kid that pulled the Paul Skeens card, the 1-of-1 Paul Skeens card, and the Pirates were like, we'll give you season tickets and an autograph, this, that. Went for $1.11 million.
Wow, that's his rookie card.
It is
or second-year card.
It is the most expensive modern non-Mike Trout baseball card. A 1-of-1 Trout rookie sold for $3.9 million in August of 2020, which was then the most expensive sports card of all time. The Skeens card has an on-card autograph, and it is it includes a patch that Skeens wore on his Pirates uniform during his major league debut.
Does it have any mustache hair?
I don't
Some of
think
that
so.
fabulous Nutria mustache that he has.
I don't think so. The pre-Skeens, the highest sold one was Anthony Volpe's last summer for these the debut uniforms, sold for $150,000.
That wasn't even about Volpe.
Then Jackson Holiday's sold for $198,000. But the Skeens with his girlfriend Livy Dunn, they took pictures with the 1-of-1 card, which got graded a 10, which that helps
like
too.
To think.
But remember, the kid was a Dodgers fan. He lived in L.A., and the Pirates were like, we'll give you 30 years of season tickets, 2 signed jerseys, a meet and greet with Skeens, and a private PNC Park and spring training tour in exchange for the card. And
I'll take the mill.
Livy Dunn offered to host whoever pulled the card for a Pirates game in her suite.
She'd have to offer more up than that.
That's what I'm saying. And they were like, yeah, we're going to go with the $1.11 million instead.
We appreciate you, though.
So what's funny is I say what's funny. It's not really funny. It was complicated by the fact that the family was evacuated from L.A. multiple times because of the fires.
Well, they can rebuild now.
Yeah. So, yeah, $1.11 million. Not a bad haul for an 11-year-old kid.
The chase continues. Next box broken. You never know.
So the 11-year-old who pulled the card is a fan of Shohei Ohtani, is still looking forward to talking with Skeens, a meeting that Fanatics plans to facilitate down the road. But that's the final result. 30 years of Pirates tickets or $1 million?
Nah, I think I'll take the money.
Yeah.
I'll just be that.
But every Pirates game.
I'll come back and see you. I'll be by.
It's also like, I live in L.A. How many Pirates games am I going to go to, even with season tickets?
It's such a do you think that the Pirate organization actually believed they'd – and if the kids said yes, and you're part of the Pirates organization, do you lean in and say, don't say yes, what are you doing? My boss told me to say this. You don't want these seats? Take the money, man. What are you doing?
Oh, gosh. You get tickets to Pirates games for like $7 on StubHub.
Say no. Bro, don't say yes. Say no, take the money.
Oh, man. Well, good for that kid. 1.11 milli. Not a bad day. One day I'm going to get a poll like that, and I'm going to sell out. I'm going to sell out. Oh, man.
You're going to make
They're going to be like, hey, we're going to give you Sacramento A's tickets for the next 25 years. I'm going to be like, deal. I don't care. Deal. It's a deal.
So what's the best sports card
taking the money.
get?
Right now? Evidently a Paul Skeens.
No.
Like a brand. Like, is it Panini or is it
I don't really know. I'm not that much. I'm not that into the deeps of it yet. What I do know is the cards are like there's some are unlicensed and some are licensed. I hate unlicensed cards because it's like the player wearing a uniform with the colors of the team, but there's no logos on it.
I see what you mean.
Oh, okay.
So it just looks like a random dude wearing like a blue pinstripe jersey with nothing on it. It's, that's weird.
And those have value?
They do, but I think less value than the.
They make those for like the local car dealer kind of stuff.
But I mean, it's all about what brand owns the rights to what sport. Like Panini owns the NFL, but if you get Topps NFL cards, they're like these unlicensed and they look weird. But it's vice versa for baseball. like Topps has the rights for baseball, and if you get Panini baseball cards, it's a bunch of guys with wearing random uniforms that look like, they play on a softball team.
I learned something every day.
I'm trying to teach every day.
I picked it up.
Ovechkin put in number 888 last night.
Oh, we're close.
Caps clinched a playoff berth. He's now 7 away.
7. Gosh.
7 away.
Boy, this is a slow trudge,
from
man.
the record. I mean, listen.
It might take till next year at this rate.
I think we got time.
The goalie will take some pity on him. Maybe he'll get a stray hand. Little Brett Favre. Oops. There's your final one.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and retire.
The Knights kicked ass last night.
Well, they've been sucking it up.
They were due. The Boston Bruins fixed them. My guy Dorofeev hat-tricked them.
In Boston or in
Vegas? In Vegas. They got right there. I've got to tell you about some things going on in the world outside of sports. Did you see the story in Florida, the spring break story, where this dude bit off a guy's ear?
No, but not surprised. Was it lunch hour?
An 18-year-old named Jack Turner was arrested. He's facing felony battery charges. Got into a fight at spring break and ended up biting a guy's ear off.
The Tyson method of attack.
Yeah. A bystander shared footage of the brawl with deputies, claimed she could hear Turner calling the victim racial slurs and then jump him from behind. Deputies reviewed the video and confirmed seeing the victim lying face down in the sand with Turner mounting his back, striking him in the back of the head with a clenched fist. Then he grabbed the victim by the hair on the back of his head, pressed it into the sand, pulled the victim's head up, and bit his ear, causing a, quote, traumatic auricular amputation.
Jeez.
Spit that ear out.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the two guys knew each other. I don't think they're going to be friends anymore after that. If you bit my ear off, I wouldn't be your friend anymore.
I would hope that you'd
that'd be the end of our friendship.
I'd probably be pretty upset with you at that moment.
Yeah. I think that'd be it for us. I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
So
remember that time you bit my ear off?
So what did they do
now
with
you're
the
asking
ear?
me to come over for beers?
Did they sew it back on?
I don't know.
Do we know?
I don't know. It depends. I guess it depends on if it got a bunch of sand on it.
Got an earectomy?
And can you grow another ear on a pig?
No.
Just attach one later?
Oh no. Once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Like I said, when I accidentally cut my friend Eric's thumb off with a hydraulic wood splitter and it got attached back on, it was all black and gross looking.
Oh.
And then I knocked it off playing basketball, and he was just like, I give up. And
Just
so,
leave him alone.
and then I would go to Eric's house and tie all his shoes in knots because he couldn't undo knots anymore.
So this guy, you give him glasses?
What a friend I was.
You give him glasses or earmuffs?
No, he has those glasses like the people at the airport they just like stick to your face and you look like a weird alien person.
Sorry, I can't wear glasses. They all go womper jawed.
Here's you got to be careful. If you see Mickey Mouse anywhere other than Disney World or Disneyland,
Not really.
you need to be prepared to pay money if you want to take a picture with him. I tell this to people all the time. Like, people think, oh, you can go to the Strip and just in Las Vegas and just go out and there's like cartoon characters.
Oh yeah.
I tell my kids, don't talk to those cartoon characters.
First of all, they're creepy.
You see Iron Man, and first of all, Iron Man there, he smells like he pissed his pants.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing. Marge Simpson, like with one boob hanging out. It's like a disaster. But I tell my kids, don't talk to those people. Anybody who says, hey, do you want a picture in Las Vegas? The answer is no, unless you want to pay money. Because that's what these people do for a living.
I thought they were just being nice.
No, those
the welcoming committee.
Turns out those girls that dress up with all the feathers with their butts hanging out, they're not doing that for fun. They want you to give them money to take pictures with them.
How much money?
Well,
I think $20 is kind of the going rate. And they always work. The girls always work in a pair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They always work in a pair, and so you got to find some other girl you trust who can have matching underwear with you. And matching feathers and boas and things like that.
So do you talk to the guys that are handing you the little papers? The little
like hooker cards?
The hooker sheets?
I don't. They
snap them at you?
I used to call them whore cards. They're like whore trading cards.
It's like lunch pail kids or whatever, garbage pail kids. Oh, look, I got Destiny.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's only syphilitic. That's all she's got.
The good thing about those is always on the back is a free limo ride to the strip club.
Keep that in mind. I didn't know.
But in Italy, Via Toledo, which is a tourist hotspot in Naples, Italy. You been there?
Napoli, yes.
Yeah, of course.
It's a lovely port city.
Did you take a good flight, or did you have to sit in the back of the plane?
I took the yacht to that one.
Okay. Well, when you go there, you got to be careful not to. If you take a picture with the Mickey Mouse there, you have to understand he's going to want some money. This person was dressed as Mickey Mouse, and he's getting, hey, Miguel Mouse, hey, who wants a photo with the Mickey, huh? Hey, you liking a mouse, eh?
Not nearly as nice an Italy
Hey, you liking a mouse? I'm a mouse. What are you asking here? What are we doing? And then they took the picture, and he was like, "Hey, give me some cannoli over here." Hey. And the gals were like, "No, we don't want to give you any money. We just want to take a picture because you look like Mickey Mouse." And he said, "Oh yeah, I better pull out a knife on you." And that's what he did. "Hey, here's a knife. Now you want to give me some money?" His name is Francesco Emilio Borelli, and apparently he is now. A guy who was dressed as Mickey Mouse threatens and extorts money from tourists who take pictures with him. In some videos, users claim that the man is armed with a knife. We cannot allow people like this to act undisturbed in the tourist areas of the city, damaging the image of Naples and creating a climate of fear between citizens and visitors. Now, I'm going to show you this picture of Mickey Mouse. This is like the worst Mickey Mouse knockoff.
Sure.
I'm guessing
Roadkill Mickey.
Americans took this picture thinking,
"Oh my God, that's not Mickey Mouse. That's Ricky Rat."
Yeah, this is like it's like when
That's awful.
when you get it's like going to the dollar store and getting G.I. Jay.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
This is Mackie Mouse. This is
Mackie Mouse.
This ain't good.
He comes with his own cigarettes.
And he comes with a knife. He's got a removable glove. One holds a cigarette, one holds a knife, and you can just switch it just like that. The other bag's carrying around a briefcase full of money, and he's wearing like a rainbow-colored sequin jacket, which is an interesting choice.
You go to Naples to go to the ruins of Mount Vesuvius, which is right underneath it. So you go. That's why everybody goes there to go to the ruins and all that. And it's a sketch town. It's a port city in every way.
That's why they've got Mackie Mouse
Ricky Rat
there.
running around the port.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. And hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't crushed it on the course. Join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Let Popeyes do the fishing while you enjoy our signature seafood that you'll love, like our delicious flounder fish sandwich or crispy shrimp tackle box. So come give them a try before they're gone, y'all. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants.
The moment you find out you're pregnant can be very exciting. Knowing what to do and how to get started can also be overwhelming. Healthy Start is here to help you know what to expect. You should see your doctor in the first trimester to reduce the risk of a premature birth and for a healthy pregnancy. Healthy Start is a free program that offers support and resources while you're pregnant and for your baby's first 2 years of life. For more information, call us at 210-207-4725. Get the help you need to give your baby a healthy start.
Imagine owning waterfront property on the Texas coast. Check out the grand opening of Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point, located on the highly sought-after Matagorda Bay. Secure your spot to see 1 to 3 acre properties, all with bay access from $49.9. That's right, just $49.9. This gated waterfront community features panoramic views, world-class fishing, a pool and cabana, boat launch and slips, fishing pier, dog park, storage, and more. It all happens Saturday, March 29th, one day only. Coastal waterfront properties starting at just $49.9. Call now to secure your private tour Saturday, March 29th. 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Appointments are limited, so call now and be sure to ask for event day specials and our helicopter tours. Call now, 210-853-0389. Get your piece of this coastal paradise. 210-853-0389.
Jason Minix here. Let's talk about health as we age. It may feel like you're lacking energy or strength, always moody, or libido isn't what it used to be. Any of these could be caused by low testosterone. Go get tested at Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss. Their patient-first VIP experience is fast and easy. I recommend Synergenics because their personalized therapy goes beyond standard treatments. They've been the go-to experts in TRT for over a decade. They also have affordable GLP-1 weight loss options. Get started at SynergenicsHealth.com.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414. 800-895-1414.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Go crazy. Let's go crazy. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. The world you're living in.
It's an energetic
Take
Friday.
a look around. At least you got friends. Yeah. Come on, old lady. Call my old lady for a friendly word. Picked up the phone. Put it on the floor. Is all I heard. Oh no, let's go. Let's go nuts. Let's look for the purple banana. Let's look for the purple banana. I've never really understood that until they put us in the truck.
Well, it's not really a banana per se.
No.
I don't totally get it, but hey.
Yeah, probably an eggplant.
Might have been.
Yeah.
That was before emojis. He was ahead of his time.
Might have been.
Yes, he was.
Might have been. All right, friends, let's wrap up the show the way we always do on a Friday and take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Let's start in the National Basketball Association. The Magic minus 8.5 at the Wizards. Boy, that's an alarmingly big number, but the Wizards stink.
Yeah, I think that's an absolutely appropriate number.
Okay.
Hey, I wouldn't go any higher if it goes higher.
How about the Rockets minus 5.5 at Miami? Miami, a team that has fallen into the dumpster, and it's kind of flown under the radar that Miami's lost 9 straight games, but they are bad and flirting. I mean, they've now moved down to the very last play-in spot. Is it possible that Miami doesn't want to make the playoffs? I think it really is.
I think it's entirely possible, but that, unfortunately, they have put together a team of a bunch of dudes that don't know how to lose. You know, they're going to give you everything they've got because that's the kind of guy that Spoelstra and Riley go bring in. So they're losing because they're just not very good.
They figured out how to lose 9 times in a row, so they're
But I don't
learning.
think it's. Like we always say, franchises tank, players don't. But that's a ridiculous way to fall out of it. The way they compete so hard.
I think Rockets.
What's going on with the Rockets?
Rockets, if they've kind of righted the ship, I guess
they've kind of.
They're up to the 2 seed in the West. They've won 8 games in a row. Heat have lost 9 in a row. I mean, I guess maybe that's why the number is where it is. Maybe this is a square play, but it feels like one team really wants to win and the other one really doesn't want to win. And I got to tell you, man, that 2 seed is about as valuable of a thing in the West as it can get.
Avoid the trouble.
That means if you play Oklahoma City, you won't have to play them until the finals, and
you might even avoid Denver too
if you're lucky. Yeah. So I think the Rockets are certainly motivated.
Playoff bound for the first time in 5 years.
Good for them, man.
Stepping into it.
Good for the. Well, they haven't clinched yet.
Well, they're going to.
They're close. Only teams that have clinched so far: Cleveland, Boston, and OKC. My guess is, the Rockets are they're safely in the mix. All right, the Pelicans catching 2 touchdowns, plus 14 at the Timberwolves. That's a crazy number too. But I mean, obviously, you never know who's playing for the Pelicans. I'm not laying 14 with the Wolves though. How about minus 19.5, the Thunder hosting the Hornets?
What a bunch of trash the league has given us tonight.
It is bad.
19, you tell me.
Yeah. And honestly, I would lean to the Thunder if I had to play it. The Spurs laying 6 here against Philadelphia. I think they win. I don't know if they win by 6.
All I know is you better act like you're world champions today because this is the only time you're going to be favored till the end of the year.
Give me the Spurs to win the first half. Then they'll probably blow it in the second half. They might win the game by 1 or 2. They ain't winning by 6.
All we need is Mamu, baby.
Pistons minus 9 in Dallas. Something you didn't expect to hear early in the season.
And I don't think that's enough.
I don't think so either. The Mavericks suck. Mavericks find a way to lose to the Sixers. That should tell you everything you need to know. Here's another 2-touchdown spread. Boston minus 14 on the road in Utah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I guess so. Cleveland minus 8.5 at Phoenix. Cleveland,
they've lost 2 straight.
Yeah, maybe showing some weakness.
I don't think they're showing weakness. I think they're biding their time.
They've lost 3 straight.
3 now. They're biding their time. West Coast swing. I told you earlier, AJ. All the metrics say they should be and do and the championship stuff. But look at who they're losing to, and look at the guard play as it goes on. I saw them play against Sacramento, and it just looked like they were running out 2 little dudes that were just getting victimized on defense.
I might take the Suns plus 8.5. Seems like a lot of points.
This is still Cleveland. They're still a beast. This has got to poke the bear a little bit.
Nuggies plus 1.5 at Portland. Something's wrong with that number. That tells me somebody's out. There's something I'm not reading right. Nuggets at Portland. It should be more than like Nuggets catching points in Portland. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Does it say Jokic is out? That doesn't make sense, right?
Well, they're coming off a nice. I can't figure this out. I mean, they're hammering teams.
It makes no sense, and I know the Blazers are back to like showing a little bit of fight and all, but the Nuggets being dogs.
The Lakers handed it to them last night, but the Lakers are desperate to get to the number 2, like you just talked about. They don't want to see Oklahoma City.
No.
And no one does. So they hung it on the Nugs, and the Nugs, I think, are the victims of timing. They're not that bad.
I don't
in Portland, they're not that bad.
That doesn't make sense to me. That was, let me see, maybe, there was, for Denver, there was no Joker for Denver. So he might be out again. That's what it's got to be. I don't know. I'm not playing that. It's too weird of a number for me to even have interest in. And then the Grizzle plus 6.5 at the Clippers. Grizzlies have kind of fallen out of favor,
I was
it
gonna
seems.
say, I don't really like that number.
In the college baskets world, Baylor plus 1.5 against Mississippi State. Alabama minus 21.5 against Bobby Moe. Lipscomb plus 14.5 against Iowa State. I kind of like Lipscomb to cover that. I love Memphis catching points, plus 1.5 against Colorado State. I think Memphis is just a better team. Duke minus 32.5 against Mount St. Mary's. We don't even know if Cooper Flagg's going to play, and they're laying 32.5.
I can tell you by that spread, he ain't.
I don't think it even matters.
Stay in bed today.
North Carolina minus 1.5 against Ole Miss. I like the Tar Heels there. I like Vanderbilt plus 4.5 against St. Mary's.
That's going to be a ball. That's going to be a
it's going to be a
fight,
man.
Yep.
I think catching 4.5 points is a good deal. Maryland minus 10.5 against Grand Canyon. Florida minus 28.5 against Norfolk State. Like I said, take the team total under on Norfolk State. All rim. There's zero chance they're going to be able to score at the rim against this giant Florida team, and they can't shoot. So I don't know how they get points. I like Troy plus 11.5 against Kentucky. New Mexico plus 3.5 against Marquette. I like the Lobos there, too. I'm liking some dogs today.
Yeah.
I don't like the dog in this one. Arizona is going to maul Akron. Give me OU plus 5.5 against UConn. Give me Xavier against Illinois. At least as the dog, plus 3.5.
Sean Miller, the next head coach at Texas.
And then Oregon, I just think, like I said, I think Oregon smashes Libbity Bibbity tonight. They're minus 6.5. All right, friends, that'll do it for us.
Gets those brackets.
I would say we'll be back tomorrow, but we won't be. We'll see you on Monday. You guys take care. Enjoy the games.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the